on a leash. Okay? And I'm okay with that because I need to be on a leash. I need to be on
No. Don't start like just talking about your freaky stuff right away. What is with the old people on the wall? What is that in the background? What is on her wall? Sup chat, welcome back. I know I did an Oliver Tree video yesterday. That'll be back up soon. YouTube took it down because of all the music videos that I was watching. It wasn't exactly the music that kept it down, but I definitely will never be watching music videos on the channel again.
Tight leash, to be honest, because I am unhinged.
What we do here is go back.
What we do here
is experimenting on 10 children to obtain a cure for thousands of...
Oh, if nobody knows what a content cop is, it's iDubbbz's old content that used to be like... So the thing... Oliver Tree, Joji, you know, all these guys from like the old YouTube days back in like 2015, 2014 or something, they would make these like prank videos, not exactly prank videos, they would like just do crazy stuff, hair cake, all this stuff, and iDubbbz was a part of that. He was a most beloved like character anyway. We're gonna like, he became a psychopath or something by the end of it because of this chick.
Kids' lives justified. That's a really hard question. Even when Lionmaker, when
I was banned from his chat,
like it gave me a lot of anxiety because I feel like a lot of it is based on a lot of fiction and not a lot of fact. Crying in dog makeup, come on. I'm gonna cry in dog makeup. Commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal
Why would you
job.
put dog makeup on your face if you don't want to cry with dog makeup?
I know.
I think the video's all the way down.
Cry if I said something to you in real life. I know you would cry.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be covering Anisa Jomha, who's mostly known for being the wife of the once popular YouTuber iDubbbz.
That is not what she's known for. She is known for doing OnlyFans. She is known for being on OnlyFans. That is what she is known for. I mean, I guess iDubbbz did bring her like into the atmosphere because I didn't know about her before iDubbbz. That's true. That's true. But she was doing OnlyFans before iDubbbz, I think.
She's a vile woman who's been spewing her terrible thoughts online for the past decade now.
Vile
Before
woman.
we really begin,
Is that her on the left?
I'm not going to spend this entire video skinwalking as Ian. I've seen other people do it before, and I find
No, that image is too funny. Wait. That image is too good. I want to transform. Oh my gosh. Unlock. Bro, look at that. What the hell? What is that? Put me back, okay.
incredibly cringe. I don't need to prance around in the woods smoking cigarettes or use a bad European accent or even travel to Canada to find Anisa and say the N-word to her in order to criticize her like Ian did with Tana. That was Anisa's idea, by the way.
I also take ownership for the Tana. The Tana thing was my.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Was my idea. Was my stupid idea.
Instead, in my typical fashion.
Wait. So if nobody knows, because they just like kind of skimmed over it, the Tana incident was him going up and going, say, and then like he actually said it with a hard R, right? He said the N word with a hard R and said, told her to say it while like being videoed and smiling into the camera. So it was just completely, it's something that like Rakai would do, I guess. I guess it's just something that streamers would do these days, but like faithful chud kind of move. That's what it was.
I will metaphorically.
But apparently that was Anisa's idea. I didn't know that she admitted to that.
Like everyone else I've covered on my channel. I would just be remiss if I called this video Content Cop Anisa and didn't show up as the Content Cop for at least the beginning. Could you imagine a Content Cop video without a Content Cop? That would leave you feeling like Ian in the bedroom. Totally cucked. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Anisa Jomha started her online career in 2014 when she began streaming on the website
she should go back to looking like that.
Her original handle was Rainbow Kids, and she mainly streamed herself playing the game League of Legends. Anisa was originally what is known as a booby streamer. A booby streamer is a woman who exploits her breast in order to gain followers, subs, and donations, typically from a young male audience. They usually wear things like low-cut t-shirts and push-up bras to accentuate their bodies, as they will be used as the primary.
I don't like to discuss this topic with women. I think women should wear whatever they want to wear. I think guys should wear whatever they want to wear. And being like, I mean, obviously, yes, people will donate to a woman over a man just because it's like a scientific value. Like there's a thing there that's scientific, and I don't think a lot of people accept it. But like guys just want to give women money sometimes, I guess. I'm not, that's not exactly me, but I know that protectiveness comes in or something when there's like a parasocial relationship with these people. Not me, but like I've never like gone and simped to somebody and given them money. It's never happened.
Primary focus of their streams. This phenomenon
I know
was
guys do it,
especially
though.
popular way back before Twitch degenerated and allowed things like just chatting and hot tub streams. The live streaming website was originally a strictly gaming platform, believe it or not. Booby streamers weren't necessarily good at the games they played, but they would still generate an audience because of the obvious assets they showed off. This is exactly how Anisa would manage to become popular when she first started out, and it's what she would continue to do for a large part of her streaming career. She was initially inspired to start doing this by another female streamer who was originally a booby streamer herself named Caseytron. Caseytron started streaming in 2012, and for a while she played a satirical character of a dumb gamer girl. Anisa claims
Is that
before she started
Caseytron?
her internet
Goddamn.
career, she was poor and barely scraping by. One night she had a friend tell her about Casey making $200.
I've heard the
from
name
streaming on
Caseytron,
Twitch.
but I've
She
never
would see
seen her.
this as a potential opportunity to make some side money for groceries.
Like I was poor, like poor, like I was eating oatmeal for every meal, and then my one friend, literally, I'm not even kidding.
What is
like,
wrong with eating
this is not a
oatmeal?
joke, Casey, you're the reason why I started streaming, because I had a friend that was like,
You've
"Oh my
told
God,
me this.
girl, yeah, she made $200. I was like, $200. I was like, I could buy like more groceries, and so I went into debt. I like got a computer, which like not smart at all to do. Got a computer and I started streaming, and
That's not true.
I got really
That's not true. You can make your money back if you buy. I've made money off of just having this computer. I feel like I've paid. No, I don't feel like I've made all the money back, but the computer is definitely paid for itself in the value that's given to my channel. Like this channel would not be where it is without this PC and the quality that it is, because I used to be doing this off a laptop. Like this PC's good.
lucky.
Anisa has always been the definition
It's not
of a
the
pick-me,
best, but it's
so her
good.
decision to do this isn't surprising at all.
It's good
One
enough.
of the best examples of this being true goes all the way back to when she was in high school. It was here Anisa decided to play on the male lacrosse team instead of the female one in order to prove she wasn't like the other girls. She didn't get accepted onto the male team because she was
Oh my gosh, I was looking all over for her and did not realize that she's like the queso build in the middle.
extraordinarily talented or anything, but because her parents allegedly complained to the school, which seems exactly like something Anisa's mother Maureen would do. More on her very shortly. After being
Man. This is quite an interesting photo. Just a bunch of guys gathered around this one girl. Very interesting photo. She was for the whole team, iDubbbz.
extraordinarily talented or
I bet she
anything,
has this
but
framed
because
in her
her
room.
parents allegedly complained to the school, which seems exactly like something Anisa's mother Maureen would do. More on her very shortly. After being inspired by Caseytron, Anisa would spend the next couple of years trying her hand at booby streaming to much success. By the middle of 2016, she managed to grow her Twitch channel to over 200,000 followers. An article was even written
Wait,
about
without iDubbbz, she grew to 200K? There's no way. That's not possible. I think he left out the fact that iDubbbz brought her up. There's no way she went to 200K with just her.
her
No.
on the popular gaming website
No.
Kotaku. This write-up about Anisa didn't highlight her stellar
Bro, I
gaming
might as well
abilities
change
or
hoodies
anything
to a
like
female
that.
if that's
It
the
actually
case.
focused on the insane fact that Anisa's mother was her head chat moderator. Anisa Jomha was a
I'll just find some
so-called
funny
booby
woman to
streamer
take over the
until
channel.
last March. Her sizable Twitch following includes ardent fans, horny dudes,
Here you go,
toxic
you can
trolls,
have it.
and an unusual
I was never
chat
meant to be
moderator,
popular.
her mother. This article details how Anisa got popular streaming as a booby streamer and even noted some of the popular type of comments she would would receive in chat. One section states, "In fact, a counter on Rainbow Kid's channel estimates that her breasts have been mentioned in Twitch chat nearly 30,000 times. Until recently, Rainbow Kids wore a double push-up bra highlighting her cleavage for her audience. Viewers would pay real money to have their commentary of her read out loud, much of which was deliberately offensive. Criticisms of her body or gameplay were bolstered by targeted, personal attacks meant to get a rise out of her. Variations on the word slut were a common refrain in Rainbow Kids' Twitch chat, which one day included her mother. The craziest part about this whole thing is the fact that Anisa didn't even know the person she appointed to be her head mod was her mom at first. She just liked this chatter's immense support and pseudo-janitorial work so much in the beginning that she modded them. What makes this article really funny is the fact that before it was released, Anisa was trying to claim she wasn't a booby streamer at all. I don't consider myself a titty streamer. I don't consider wearing a non-padded bra and a tank makes me one. If I ever said, yeah, I'm a titty streamer, or I'm doing this for attention in the past 2 years or so, it's sarcastic or a joke because that's how I handle rude people. Am I aware that I'm a bit bustier? Yes. Should that force me to always cover up my body? No. I don't think it should. This isn't the Middle East. This claim doesn't work when you have an entire article written about you being just that, where your own mother is quoted saying, "At first I was surprised," Marine Jomha, 52, remembered when I spoke with her on Skype earlier this week. She's what you'd call a booby streamer, where you'd attract viewers to your stream, trolls.
Yes, we get that. We get that. Is this a whole documentary? This is a content cop, dude. This is supposed to be funny. Like, the first 6 minutes is just hating on women for wearing clothes, or just pointing it out, which is not exactly needed here. I think we're about to get into the juicy stuff.
Harass or hit on female streamers. Anisa would eventually attempt to quit booby streaming in 2016 because her dad was ashamed of her.
That's what the Thomas, that was censoring.
That made me stop doing the titty streaming completely.
He censored it with Thomas the Train.
Feels about her current career choices. Anisa would even try and retcon her past of booby streaming by
Chat, you might be calling me a disgusting pig, but I'm gonna rewind just because I missed what's going on.
That made me stop doing the titty streaming completely.
Gee, I wonder how her dad feels about her current career choices. Anisa would even try and retcon her past of booby streaming by claiming it was all an elaborate trolling scheme. This ridiculous flip-flopping narrative would turn out to be for nothing though, as she would eventually just go back to her old ways. Why did you go back to being a booby streamer? Covering up created a white knight culture I wasn't comfortable with on stream. Believe it or not, I made more money off of it, but in the end, it wasn't as fun for me. It was either quit or go back, and I decided to go back. 2016 would also be the year Anisa would begin her relationship with the once popular YouTuber, iDubbbz.
Oh boy. This little talk between them is ridiculous. Bro, he is so miserable, and he just lets her say whatever she wants.
This relationship started out as all healthy ones do, with Anisa cheating on her ex-boyfriend in order to be with Ian. That's right, before Anisa and Ian began dating, Anisa was in
Dude, if you ever get with a girl, so I know this from experience, if you ever get with a girl who already has a boyfriend, and she breaks up with them, just expect to be cheated on, man. Just expect to be cheated on, dude. Because that's just how it happens. Like, if she's already trifling, then she's gonna do it later. It's just nature.
An active relationship with another League of Legends streamer named Acadian.
Goes for guys too. It's not just women.
Dating around late 2015, and this relationship lasted.
If he has a
until the
girlfriend,
first day Anisa would meet Ian.
and he doesn't break up with her before getting with you,
report on Acadian's
he's
age
gonna
being
cheat on you
17
later.
when he was dating Anisa,
Probably.
going as far as calling her a potential predator for this. Acadian was born in 1996 and began dating Anisa sometime around September 2015. Very basic math would show you that he was at least 18 years old when they began dating. I also reached out to Acadian when making my iDubbbz video to ask if there was any validity to the claims of him being 17 when he was in this relationship. He let me know that it wasn't anything like that and that he was actually 19 years old when he dated Anisa. I wanted to make sure and put this info out there, as I've seen other people call Anisa a pedophile over this, and I didn't want to continue to perpetuate a false narrative. Now back to the story of how Anisa cheated on Acadian to be with iDubbbz. iDubbbz. In 2016, this League of Legends couple would go to TwitchCon, which was located in San Diego, California. Coincidentally, this happens to be the same place
League of
iDubbbz was
Legends.
living
I
at the
think I
time.
tried League of
Anisa
Legends
originally
once.
claimed she accidentally booked
I don't
an
like
extra day
top-down
of her
games
trip
really
and was
much.
left all alone once TwitchCon ended, despite sharing a room with a Cadian. She decided she wanted to spend this extra day with iDubbbz, who she messaged asking if he wanted to hang out.
How did you and Ian meet? I was in San Diego for TwitchCon, and I, being an idiot, accidentally booked a extra night and an extra day in San Diego. So TwitchCon was over, everybody was gone, and I was stuck in the hotel alone with nothing to do. And I was on my Twitter feed, and it was when Ian
So I decided to go and
feed with something about Leafy and,
find a new
Max
man.
Mofo backstabbing him like as a meme, and he was just like, it was like tweet after tweet after tweet.
Wait, oh, it was a joke? Max Mofo, okay, because, okay, so Max Mofo is Cold One's, iDubbbz and Cold Ones have a thing together.
So I was like, okay.
They
this
make
individual's
videos.
bored.
They
I
used to
know
make
he lives
videos
in
with
San
Joji
Diego.
and, Pink Guy.
Maybe he wants to hang out because anything's better than like sitting in this hotel all day. So we ended up messaging each other, and he was like, oh, do you want to go and eat? And I was like, sure, just whatever. I just don't want to be in this hotel room anymore.
She goes on to describe their date of going to a taco shop where the two would awkwardly interact until Ian took her back to the hotel. Anisa didn't think anything would come from this interaction, but surprisingly, they would continue to talk from this day forward.
So when he got home, I guess he was fighting with himself whether to text me or not because he thought that it was like completely done. But he decided to message me anyways, and he said, hey, I made it home safe. And the amount of relief that I was like, holy shit, this human is still talking to me, it was unbelievable. We didn't stop talking that whole night.
So that right there, the amount of disbelief that this human is still talking to me, those words right there admit that this person... So there's a lot of people out there who have hyperactiveness. I have hyperactiveness. It's hard to control it unless you are sedated in some sort of way or like take some sort of medication. People call it ADHD. It's just hyperactiveness. This person has hyperactiveness. They have a lot of energy, and it's mostly in the brain, and that's that they run their mouth a lot. And I'm sure she was just acting crazy in front of iDubbbz, and that's why she's saying, and this is the first date or whatever, right? And that's why she's saying, hey, I'm surprised that you're even talking to me still, because she was probably acting a fool in front of him. And iDubbbz, I guess iDubbbz is just a pushover and let anybody into his life if she's on OnlyFans or something.
Talked until we fell asleep, and then ever since then we've
What
just
he
been
finds,
pretty much inseparable.
what he finds in her is completely beyond me. Doesn't make any sense to me why they connect.
Doing all of this while having a boyfriend is crazy work. This wouldn't last long though, as Acadian would tweet out weeks later, rolling on the floor laughing, "What the fuck, I actually hate girls," alluding to the pair breaking up. Anisa cheating on him clearly affected him mentally, as he would also tweet on the same day, "Probably won't be streaming/active for a while until I get back to a good place mentally. Sorry guys." A week after this, he posted a now deleted vlog where he continued to vaguely discuss the breakup and how it was making him feel.
I would say like right now, in terms of
Dude, why do you got a bunk bed behind you? I'm sorry, she was like dating. Is this a full-grown man? This doesn't look like a man. This looks like a kid. This looks like a 16-year-old or something. This looks like a little kid with a bunk bed behind him. Why would she even? This is strange.
I feel like mentally I'm not like in the best state. I can't really explain, but I'm just like, I don't know, like I don't know if any of you guys can like resonate with me or like feel me on this, but I'm just fucking pissed off all the time. Like I'm just angry, like every day. As soon as I wake up, like I'm just fucking angry, and
Why?
I don't know how to stop being like the only thing I can do is just distract myself with like League of Legends or doing shit like.
Anisa would eventually be called out for cheating on Acadian, which she would deny.
Well, I'd break up with him too if he was always angry, like for no reason, couldn't explain it. Yeah, just figure your stuff out, channel it. You know what? You know why he wakes up angry and he doesn't get it? when you don't work out, if you don't wake up in the morning and work out right away, or like get your blood pumping or anything, yes, your hormones will get off balance. They will start making you feel crazy.
She would then,
if you have overactive testosterone,
and added in a new detail that her relationship with Acadian was actually really bad and they didn't get along very much. Because of this, she wanted to get away from him the day after TwitchCon, so that's why she went to hang out with iDubbbz, and Acadian apparently knew this all along.
Bro, imagine getting cucked by iDubbbz. Poor guy. Oh, that's awful.
And
how long were they together?
TwitchCon, I accidentally booked an extra flight and an extra day, and Matt was there. Like we just had an extra day and an extra whatever, and I was talking to Ian, and Matt knew that I was talking to Ian, and I said to him, I said, do you mind if I go hang out with Ian or iDubbbz or whatever, because we have this extra day and I don't want to be in the same fucking room as you.
Dude, she saw iDubbbz's audience and went and... Did she just say, I don't want to be in the same room with you?
Or whatever, because we have this extra day and I don't want to be in the same fucking room as you.
Anisa would never
don't want to be in the same room.
Acadian, even though her anniversary with Ian is on the exact same day she admits to breaking up with Acadian in Discord message leaks we will be covering later on in this video. You guys, Anisa would never cheat because she thinks cheating is wrong.
There is never a valid excuse for cheating. Never, ever, ever.
She's speaking from experience.
Does somebody have a valid excuse for cheating?
She thinks this is an apology. She thinks just stating things that like, oh, I messed up. She's not saying she didn't do it. She's not saying she did do it. She's just covering up with a, don't do this, do as I say, not as I do type thing.
Projection at its finest. Anisa is a hypocrite, and she has a habit of constantly contradicting herself. One of the easiest examples of this to point to around this time comes from a storytime video she made promoting body positivity in the gym. She claims she overheard two women in the gym making rude comments about an overweight person trying to work out. She then goes on a long-winded diatribe about how fat shaming is wrong and people should never do it.
It actually blew my mind that this was even this was coming out of their mouths. Any bit of disgusting that they thought this woman was, if they would just look in the mirror or hear what they were saying, like, that is a million times more disgusting than any fucking abomination I can even dream up. And I'm just sitting there flabbergasted at the idea that there's these two women.
This is a person who is pretending to have a mental disorder now. She's acting stupid on purpose now. She's using a mental disorders to excuse her insane erratic behavior. She has used to say big words back in the day, and now she acts like a child, and she's 30.
Women actually ridiculing somebody who has the balls to get up and go to the gym and deal with the shitty people like them and still come back and better themselves.
Anisa fails to take her own advice though, because after she made these statements, she would go on to fat shame other women on her live streams.
I'm surprised that she gets less hate than that whale, the
whale,
the leather wearing. Yeah, Amy Schumer.
I'm surprised that car can hold up on that.
Oh my gosh. How did he know right away? Whale leather wearing. And he just went, Amy Schumer.
The crash test rating on that car must be amazing. It's nice to know that the car
Why does the wall say Baby W?
Without denting. To our knowledge, it might have dented actually, who knows.
A similar phenomenon would happen when Anisa would make a video explaining her struggles with an eating disorder and body dysmorphia. Gotta earn those sympathy points.
You cannot get to a certain body. I'm going to tell you this now, chat. You can't. No matter how much you starve yourself, no matter how much you do anything, unless you do surgery, you can't change the way you look. When you diet down to a certain point, your body will hold on to fat no matter what to save its life. Like it's just genetics. It is just DNA. It is just what your body thinks that you should look like because of your past ancestors or whatever. Or like the genetics that came from your mother probably had more fat storing, you know, whatever, and it went to you. Thankfully, some people don't have to like deal with body dysmorphia, but a lot of people do because they think that they can just starve themselves and get away with it. I have the same thing. I went into iDubbbz's chat and I told him he had like 100 viewers or something, and they were watching Black Lives Matter stuff, I guess. And I told him I have body dysmorphia because body dysmorphia came up, and I said, hey, I eat very little because I can't stand having any fat on my body. Like, I freak out when I see like a little bit of love handle hanging over the side, so I just don't eat anything, and I've been doing that for a while. Now that I've been like building muscle and doing leg lifts and everything, and now I have muscle in those areas, I've noticed that that is the only thing that will change the way you look. You can't lose body fat past a certain point because of genetics, so you just have to build muscle in order to replace the in order to pop it out, you know, you just pop out the muscles a little bit, therefore you have more definition looking. But otherwise than that, so I'm supposed to be bigger, I'm supposed to not be skinny, and I didn't realize that my genetics are supposed to be like a muscular guy rather than being a skinny guy. And I've been trying to be a skinny guy for a while, so it just know that if you cannot lose weight past a certain limit, I'm trying to give guys good advice here, okay? Just work out and build muscle. Your body only absorbs 30 grams of protein a day, or per meal.
You would think someone who claims to be suffering from these things wouldn't go out of their way to insult others who are also struggling with similar eating disorders, but Anisa did just that.
So less eating, more muscle.
Content creator named Venus Angelic, who made a video describing her struggles with her own eating disorder. Anisa couldn't stop herself from doubting, insulting, and making fun of this woman for her situation.
If you ask me how I got to the point, it is because I couldn't drink or eat anything. So I still tried to eat or drink, but I puked out anything I ate. Not because I wanted to.
I want to ask the like people out there, what do you think of this girl on the bottom right? I know guys will like the Andrew Tates and everything, but like I guess they'll do shirtless streams. That's the equivalent to this because it's supposed to be about. It's so weird for guys to think that that's attractive on the bottom right. Sure, good makeup, sure, good hair, I guess, good colors, everything, once you look past it, but she looks like a kid, man. This isn't sex appeal for me. Maybe this is sex appeal for some weirdos out there, but I just don't think it's attractive, really. I think guys, if they were to do this and like do shirtless streams or something, I guess would be the equivalent. It's just, this is catering to the male, you know, the freaks out there. It's catering to freaks.
But because I couldn't keep it in my stomach. I puked about 10 to 15 times a day for about an entire month. So what the fuck? You'd be dead! You would be dead!
Your voice would definitely not be that high pitched, dude. You'd sound like me if you threw up 10 times a day.
If you puke 10 times a day for a month, you would be dead. You wouldn't be alive. That's a lie. There's no way you can.
That sounds torturous, but that is cap. There is no way that she throws up 10 times a day.
That's not real.
Your stomach acid would eat into your throat, and you would sound like me. You'd have GERD. I don't think I have GERD. I don't know. I might have GERD. I smoke.
Where's the excuse
I vape.
Me, human, but you cannot. Nobody's saying anything about the fact that you can't. Alright. Well, let's just keep watching this perfectly sane human.
As you can see, Anisa's streams are
she's a professional on Perfectly Sane Humans. Why is she holding the bratwurst?
This would lead her to get involved in many petty dramas with a hand takes and needless.
Bro, this right here. Why is she doing that?
shit-talking. This would lead her to get involved in many petty dramas with a handful of different creators. One of the most notable dramas happened after the YouTuber Pyrocynical made a video criticizing booby streamers. Anisa wasn't someone called out in this video, but she still couldn't stop herself.
Pyrocynical used to have a huge top hat with his name on it.
How small the screen is for the game, Jesus. And I know that mentality that's been presented before, don't like it, don't watch it. The problem is, you're bringing a lot of kids onto the...
Why do people always make that argument? Like, there's no way when she's playing the actual game that it's that size. Like, what the hell is that?
True.
What is...
True, unless that's not true, but like if she does make the game bigger on the screen, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, yeah, obviously just baiting desperate guys into their chat. That's it. It's just live show of ass. That is what Twitch has become.
That! Everybody always makes that point, like it's fact that like if the screen is small in the section that they show in the video, that like that's how the game screen is the whole time.
Anisa tried to delete this spurg out so she wouldn't get clipped, but her efforts were futile.
Of what I said about Pyro, I'm just not in the mood for it. People seem to all of a sudden care what my opinion on it is. I can already see the headline now. IDub's girlfriend says mean things about Pyrocynical in her stream, and I'm just not in the mood for it, so I already deleted it. So good luck clipping that, bitch.
A more back and forth drama would happen shortly after this with the IRL live streamer Ice Poseidon. This started after Anisa decided to make comments about Ice and his content on her stream one night. A chatter asked her what her opinion of Ice was, and she would explain why she dislikes him. She would also call his content lazy and exploitative, which is ironic seeing her content is just as lazy and
Bro, his content is not lazy. Are you kidding me? This guy, dude, Ice Poseidon's content was... I think Ice Poseidon's the greatest content creator to ever do it when it comes to live streaming. Because I mean videos you can make anything, but like live streaming, he ran that shit for real. Like if you go and watch Ice Poseidon videos, there's weeks or months worth of actually entertaining content. I miss Bjorn. Bro, bring back Bjorn. What happened to Bjorn? I want to go to the coffee shop.
Exploitative, if not more so.
Ice Poseidon
in Denmark
is successful not because he is intelligent or hardworking. Ice Poseidon is successful because he figured out that he could exploit his douchebaggery and overall laziness and scumminess to make money off of people. That's my opinion on Ice Poseidon. I'm not a fan of him. I do not enjoy his YouTube videos.
She's really bad at shit talking.
I enjoy him.
No.
Yes. Wait.
Somewhat
said to that.
This is how entertaining this guy is. You already see him with the huge.
This clip would go somewhat viral,
headphones.
and eventually Ice himself would see it. He decided to respond to Anisa in quite a hilarious fashion.
Let me this. All right. I don't know who the fuck she is. Apparently IDub's girlfriend. I don't even know who the fuck she is. My laziness. Listen. I was reading the comments. I've never watched your fucking stream. Apparently you're a fucking titty streamer. How can you tell me I'm lazy if you're sitting down in a fucking chair being a titty streamer? Listen, I don't need your shit. Okay, you're talking about me being an asshole to people. Stop being a fucking triggered motherfucker. Who gives a shit?
It's over.
That's my 2 points right there. I mean, I don't really have to continue anymore. If you're a titty streamer, you automatically lose it.
Anisa has literally never made anything. She's never made anything artistic. She's never done anything that was ever a creation of hers. She's never done anything. None of her videos, none of her live streams have ever been special. She's never tried to make something.
The argument there. I mean, there's nothing for you to say other than that. So
that I know of.
This drama would only become more amplified after the YouTuber Keemstar made a drama alert video covering the back and forth, which garnered over 1.3 million views. If Anisa wasn't getting into petty dramas with other content creators, she was outright saying ignorant things that would often get her in trouble. The most egregious example of this comes from the time Anisa decided to defend the human experiments conducted by the...
Here's the thing, these are all old clips, right? These are all old clips. She's younger looking in these. She's probably like 25, 24 maybe, I don't know. But she acts worse than what you're seeing now these days. She's the final form these days.
Nazis in concentration camps.
Actually, the final form I feel is going to hit around 40.
The senseless torture of
She's already
innocent
30.
people.
Is experimenting on 10 children to obtain a cure for thousands of kids' lives justified? That's a really hard question, and I think if people are being 100% honest, they'd give you a different answer than what you're expecting. As terrible as the Holocaust was, obviously it was horrendous, and how disgusting the doctor was that did the experiments on people. It was gay people, handicaps, twins. I think that's. And obviously, they were obviously Jewish, or they did it on Jewish people. They found a couple
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
groundbreaking discoveries through that.
Experiments conducted by the Nazis. A Google search that takes less than 10 seconds to do will show you that Anisa's take is profoundly untrue. There was no scientific method and pretty insane. The same year as her pro-Nazi take, Anisa would also defend the pedophile YouTuber named Lionmaker. Lionmaker was a former Minecraft content creator who was arrested in 2016 for a variety of different charges, which included possession and distribution of CSAM materials. This guy was caught talking to multiple minors and soliciting news from them, some of which he posted on his own Twitter at one point. He even admitted to all of this in an interview conducted by the YouTuber Colossal is Crazy, and eventually went to jail for his crimes. This was a wildly popular story that Anisa somehow didn't know about, yet she still chose to ignorantly run to Lionmaker's defense because she doesn't like when people are criticized online.
I don't like when people go in and rip a content creator apart like that, no matter what like really happens. It gives me anxiety. Like, even if it is like I'm no matter like how serious it is, right? Like, even when and
there's something about like her voice that just makes me like cringe.
Was the main person leading the charge with his Content Cop Leafy video that ended up garnering over 31 million views. She would even tweet at Leafy after the Content Cop on him was dropped. I'm actually sad to hear Leafy is taking a break. I've always had a soft spot for you, dude. Hope all is well. Again, her boyfriend is literally the reason behind him taking a break. Anisa's sympathy towards Leafy absolutely makes sense when you consider the fact that she had a crush on him before she started dating iDubbbz. And there's plenty of things that point to this claim being true.
Dude, she had a crush on any guy who was like easy, not exactly good looking, and just fucking has more viewership than her. That's what she was doing. She was trying to get with a bigger YouTuber than her, and she did that with iDubbbz, but then took his career and flushed it down the toilet. That's what happened. iDubbbz is getting sued by Ethan. Ethan drops it. I don't know. It's just nothing but bad stuff now.
Starting with her tweets to and about
Dude, iDubbbz's VTuber was absolutely disgusting. He turned into a dragon, but the dragon was like some weird...
Anisa replied, I thought
it
you
is
would
just
never
weird.
ask.
I don't know if they're going to show it in this video.
She also tweeted out several more things like, @Leafy, why am I never in your videos? Do I need to lower the cost of money to get me to bend over? And, @Leafy, I will shield you from the storm with my breasts, my son. Anisa even got excited and hoped Leafy would talk about her when he made a video bashing booby streamers.
I haven't watched it yet. I actually haven't watched it at all, but apparently Leafy, I don't know if it's true or not, because Leafy's never put me in one of these videos.
Man, that is old YouTube.
But apparently this one he finally did. So, let us see.
To her severe disappointment, he didn't talk about her. Anisa being attracted to other men is a common trope when she's in a relationship. Leafy isn't the only man she's had a crush on while she's been dating iDubbbz. Another man Anisa had a crush on around this time was named Chris Raygun. Chris Raygun is a YouTuber with over 500,000 subscribers and was most popular around the same time as iDubbbz in 2016. Anisa has been friends with Chris for quite some time, with Chris making occasional appearances on her Twitch streams back in 2017. On these streams, Anisa would awkwardly interact with Chris and ask him about things like his sex life.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done in the bed? I've had sex in an elevator before. Have you had sex in an elevator before?
That's
Not
so... On stream?
I don't, well, that's not in bed then, is it?
I mean, that's still like...
Judging by this guy's voice, I don't believe he's had sex with anybody.
Asking, like, you know... From Zom.
I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if I could really.
Do you not have anything? Chris is lame.
No,
Wait, you've had sex in a dressing room before, haven't you?
Yeah, that's not weird, is it?
I've never done that.
It's kind of cool.
I wouldn't just qualify it as weird though. It's like
I shoved a dildo in my ex-boyfriend's ass.
A woman named.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
and yeah, it was because.
Sex standing up is overrated? What are you talking about?
Chris was dating a woman named Lacey Green when Anisa would ask him these kind of things, and Anisa knew that. She wasn't a fan of this fact and would make it painfully obvious on other streams where she calls Lacey a cunt and gives Chris the backhanded compliment that she would make a good porn star.
Like, I'm just saying, it's like, that's what you look for. She would make a good porn star. Lacey would make a good porn star.
Thanks.
So Anisa obviously had like a porn addiction. She would just goon all day and then stream. That's what I'm getting from this. Is that she thinks that talking about this stuff is relating to other gooners in the chat, which makes sense. This is good content. See, if I were to like open my streams and only talk about sexual stuff, I'd probably be more popular.
Outside of these streams, Anisa would also travel to New York where she would spend time with Chris and film a vlog. The pair spent the day together, went on a dinner date, and even streamed together later that evening, all while being in a relationship with iDubbbz. Anisa would also show her romantic interest on Chris on Twitter where she tweeted out a shirtless photo of him with the caption full of thirsting and squirt emojis. She also replied to a tweet from Chris that showcased a lipstick kiss mark on a note, claiming that it was left by her. Again, Anisa was dating Ian while she was doing all of this, which just makes him look so...
Okay, so Ian, I think that Ian is... He's experienced a lot before even Anisa, so like he's done crazy things, right? So he was living outside the social norms, and Anisa, I believe, was still kind of in it, but trying to escape it because she was like acting erratically all this time and trying to push boundaries on stream, which is usually what you need to do. Like I don't push boundaries very much, I don't think, but that's more something that you can only do with your face. Like I could say anything I want right now because I'm a VTuber, but like if Anisa and iDubbbz said anything, then their face is like associated with that. It's like, oh, you said this, So yeah, I think that she was comfortable cheating on iDubbbz because iDubbbz was kind of like not even trying to be normal with her either. Like they were just kind of lackadaisical.
Pathetic.
With the relationship
was on the wall for him all the way back then. All of these
no boundaries were
that
set
I've covered happened in 2017. This is the same year Anisa's Discord server would leak onto Reddit, revealing some insane things, like her bad-mouthing iDubbbz to her viewers and even discussing potential breakups with him. Anisa would treat the simps that congregated in her Discord like digital therapist and unnecessarily unloaded all sorts of emotional
I hate how she's holding that bratwurst.
Here you can see Anisa talking about breaking up with iDubbbz. I think I'm breaking up with Ian. After our first relationship scare and our last trip, I was a lot better and Ian seemed happier. But after I left, it seemed like Ian's opinions on things didn't change much. He hasn't called me in 4 days and we have barely talked. He's at PewDiePie's house. He said, I will call you with my answer when I get back, so about 2 to 3 hours. But I think I'm finally right for putting my foot down. He can't have you waiting around the corner. Even his sister called me and said, hey, he's not treating you right and he needs to learn some hard lessons. Put yourself first. I don't know why he needs 2 to 3 hours though.
What did he do wrong? You went to PewDiePie's house?
Like last time, just saying. I have no idea what's going on in his head. I'm just so sick of the
So is she just like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Man, iDubbbz, dude. Poor guy. She's just out here like slandering his name, and who knows if any of it's true. She was just out here like spreading that she wasn't happy in the relationship with iDubbbz.
emotional shit I go through, and he seems fine. He legit hasn't called me in 4 days. Listen to your gut. And when I called upset, he's like, oh yeah, I guess there were times I could have called. I just feel like a loser. Out of sight, out of mind. A thing to remember is that some people deal with shit by themselves and only by themselves. They deal with it with thought, not communication. Yeah, but for a healthy relationship to work, you need to talk. In another leak, you can
Wait, hold up.
deal with
Some people deal with shit by themselves and only themselves. Yeah, iDubbbz was dealing with shit himself. He wasn't like he wasn't trying to spread a bunch of like misinformation about the relationship being bad or anything.
the shit by themselves and only by themselves. They deal with it with thought, not communication. Yeah, but for a healthy
She probably wasn't
relationship to work, you
respecting
need to
that he
talk.
was a
In
big
another leak,
YouTuber
you can
because she
see
was
Anisa
jealous.
talking about how Ian would never defend her, but her crush, Chris Raygun, definitely would. Lol, yeah, somehow. You think Ian is the main boss? Even though Ian would never publicly defend me, even if you threw acid on his skinned alive body. Maybe, but he's probably too pussy. Anisa
Wow.
is the final boss of this game. And Chris would stick up for me, sure, but like, Anisa would even reveal personal details about her relationship with iDubbbz, like the time he peed on
Wait,
Anisa is
these are the responses? Dude, she became parasocial with people who are not even interested in this.
the final boss of this game. And Chris would stick up for me, sure, but like, Anisa would
She
even
thinks these
reveal
people are
personal
listening
details
to
about
her.
her relationship with iDubbbz, like the time he peed on her in the shower. I showered with Ian when he was here, and he peed on my leg and thought it was funny. Very cool. I definitely wanted to know that. If Anisa wasn't discussing her relationship, then she would be talking about how her content sucks, and she knows it. The more I upload, the more subs I lose. Sub
That is
glitch all
really
over
weird,
again.
iDubbbz.
Nah, I think the people are just watching and unsubbing. I blame YouTube. Nah, it's me.
I'm sorry, if my partner pissed on me in the shower, I'd probably like...
It has to be me. I'm not growing. It's the opposite after a month of consistent uploads. That's a clear sign I need to go back to school or get a job. There's also a leak that shows Anisa talking about her ethnicity. She claims that she's 50% Irish, 25% Italian, and only 8% Arab. While this seems like a strange and trivial thing to mention, this actually is important to note because in the current day and age, Anisa cosplays as a Muslim for political browning points even though she's only 8% Arab, and she renounced her faith in 2020.
And she's pretending to have mental disorders now
was
too.
probably the hardest thing that I've ever done in my whole entire life. At 16 years old, I sat my dad down and I had a talk with him, basically telling him that I no longer wanted to be a part of Islam. I didn't want to be Muslim anymore, and I just wanted to be agnostic or spiritual. I don't really know what the word is, and he did not take it fantastic.
Anisa's Discord echo chamber of simps will never actually criticize her, so that's why she feels so safe divulging all of this personal information to them. Thankfully, all of these Discord leaks would be archived on the Kiwi farms after Anisa's Reddit page
Of course
was
it
taken
is.
down. In 2018, Anisa, for some wild reason, agreed to debate the controversial YouTuber known as Vegan Gains on the topic of veganism. Vegan Gains is a vegan content creator, if that's not obvious enough, and he gained popularity for his debates and mockery of non-vegan online personalities. He is also known for saying some truly insane things.
I fucking hate children. They literally make me sick. When I see babies in a commercial, I start to gag and almost throw up, and I have to look away and mute it. And when I see babies in a stroller, especially when they're crying, I just want to put my foot through the fucking
What
thing
the hell?
and step on it until it's nothing but blood and pulp on the
Is this
fucking
real?
pavement.
This is
What is
not
wrong
the
with
version
you?
of Vegan Gains that Anisa debated though. Instead, he was mostly calm and collected. He presented his arguments clearly and backed them up with studies and evidence. Anisa, on the other hand, was not nearly as prepared.
Bro, is everybody a
She relied
psycho
her
on
pre-existing
YouTube?
knowledge of veganism
Can we
and
just get, like,
mostly
one normal
based
guy?
off her personal feelings to
Queso?
try and debunk what Vegan Gains was saying.
I feel like
I don't know, Queso likes to threaten to shit on people's pillows and stuff.
I've been told, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like it, but I feel like a lot of the shit because I feel
You
like
feel like what?
I feel like I
This
You feel like
conversation
what?
surprisingly lasted almost 3 hours before Anisa would get frustrated and rage quit the call. She claims Vegan Gains was speaking aggressively towards her throughout this debate, but I
Oh,
watched a
God.
decent chunk of it and he really wasn't.
Dude, sometimes when people can't get a rise out of you, right? They're just trying to get a reaction, right? They're psychos. They want to, or they're like manipulators. They're trying to manipulate you into having a reaction, and you don't give them that reaction, they will start to tweak. They will freak the hell out. They will literally just have a crash out for no reason. Even if you're talking calm to them, and you're not giving them the reaction that they want, which is you to match their energy. Usually, don't match their energy because it's going to make them freak out, and you're just going to win the argument, whatever it was. Even if usually there's no argument, it's just them yelling at you. I've been through this with multiple people.
I get it. We have different opinions. It's not going to change. Clearly, I'm too stupid to understand what you're saying.
No,
and that's, like I'm at
not too
I'm
stupid.
just fully.
You're not too stupid.
Like we're good.
Look,
but
I think you're getting upset and a little too emotionally invested into this. And
I'm just really tired. Like that's
okay. Well, look, when you're complaining,
I'm just driving in Oregon.
Out logical fallacies that you're making. That sounds to me like you're uncomfortable with me actually making arguments.
We're good. I'm so at that point. If this is
Did she drink before this?
Talking very aggressively for a period
Twitch partner, by the way.
of time, very confident.
Glad I never became a Twitch partner.
I've
man.
made arguments. Well, no, I've made arguments and presented evidence. You haven't. So yes, I have one on that basis alone.
Well, then there you go.
Okay, so you agree that you don't have any evidence for your claims, and your arguments are completely logically inconsistent? Look, if you don't agree on that, I want to continue this conversation. I don't want to misrepresent your views. I actually am interested in having an honest conversation about this.
What a nice guy. He actually sounds pretty nice for, wanting to stomp babies into a
Anisa
crib.
would somehow walk away feeling like she won. She would later go on to her stream where she accused Vegan Gains of being a dishonest liar while her chat reinforced the idea that she won the debate. Anisa would also DM Vegan Gains claiming that if he continued to criticize her, that he was encouraging his audience to swat her, which is just delusional. So Anisa Jomha is trying to claim that I should no longer criticize her or challenge any of her fans to debate because that will encourage swatting. Ridiculous statement. It sounds to me like she just can't handle logical criticism of her position. A few days after the debate, Anisa would tweet out this: I hope there is a day where I can do something and someone chooses to criticize me without including my significant other. I make myself quite independent, especially online, and I just crave the day people criticize me and only me for my actions.
It's too late for that. It's too late for that because you have now associated yourself with the other YouTuber. That's the only reason anybody knows about you now is because you... I don't know how she got to 200k on Twitch. There's so many bots on Twitch. It must have been during like the botting area. They must have been botting.
Be mean, I don't care, but focus on me. This is a crazy statement because criticizing her without mentioning iDubbbz is not a hard thing to do. I've done it for the entirety of this video so far, and I haven't criticized her because she's iDubbbz's girlfriend. I've criticized her purely for the things she said and done on her own. 2 months after this tweet, the YouTuber Brittany Venti would drop an hour-long video documenting all the things Anisa has done up until this point. It saw massive success, over 700,000 views since it's been posted. Anisa would do her best to avoid talking about this at all cost. She already knew her streaming career was dying, and this video exposing her only drove home that point. I already showed you in her Discord messages she was complaining about her channel stats and people not being interested in her. It got to the point by the end of 2018 she was crying on stream over the fact that nobody wants to watch her anymore.
I think that over the years.
No. Oh, no, nobody wants to watch me in my weird finger dog makeup. Nobody wants to watch that.
You guys like.
Oh no.
Some of you guys have been here for so long, so.
Bro, if she like, dude, if she was like painting or something live or like, doing something, just anything. If she was doing something like making music, painting, if she was just crafting, or if she was like making things for people or like making clothing or something, then people would respect it and it would make sense for her to be like, yeah, it's kind of weird that nobody, likes this stuff because it's kind of constructive and, it's artistic, my bad, slip of the tongue, autism. And she What are these little purple cats at the bottom? I actually like those. They look like Gengar.
I just feel like I'm...
I like these cats at the bottom. Those are cool looking.
People who care, so... Sorry, getting gay. I'm crying in dog makeup.
Pastel purple.
I'm gonna cry in dog makeup. So stupid.
Anisa's numbers would only continue to fall going into 2019. By this point, she was struggling to maintain 100 viewers per stream, and she was constantly taking breaks to pursue other career paths like selling her poorly traced art on Etsy or becoming a popular TikToker. Anything but putting the fries in the bag, I guess. Anisa would concoct a plan towards the end of 2019 as a last-ditch effort to save her career. She would claim on her stream one night that her boyfriend iDubbbz was going to be paying for the boob job she was planning on getting soon. She would further explain that Ian is paying for this boob job as a birthday present, and she doesn't care what people she's not having sex with have to say about it. If you aren't familiar with this story, you might be wondering, Nick, how would a boob job save Anisa's career? Well, in 2020, just a few months after discussing this potential operation on stream, she would announce she is officially launching an OnlyFans. That's right, her final desperate attempt to maintain relevancy online was going to come from her selling naked pictures of herself to the small group of
so she
remaining
wasn't
simps that have
always an
stuck around
OnlyFans
for the
girl.
last 5 years. The OnlyFans announcement would cause an online stir.
That was
and become
iDubbbz's
quite the
idea.
controversy. Not so much for Anisa, but for her significant other iDubbbz. This would mark the moment where Anisa starts
It was his
to burn
idea,
Ian's
wasn't
career
it?
because she really has nothing left to burn of her own. And I've done my best to avoid talking about iDubbbz so far, as this video is not about him. However, going forward, he will be mentioned more often because Anisa's actions would begin to really start negatively affecting his career, most of the time worse than hers. I will still try my best to keep the focus mainly on
miss the
Anisa though,
old
because I
iDubbbz.
do have an iDubbbz documentary re-releasing very soon that goes over in much greater detail the negative effects Anisa's actions have had on his career.
I wanna see
After
that.
Anisa's OnlyFans announcement, iDubbbz was branded by most of
I literally don't care what happened to this booby streamer or whatever. I really don't care what happened to Anisa. I thought this was going to be more about iDubbbz being affected by Anisa, because I used to watch iDubbbz when he made the pickle in the sewer thing. That was funny, and it still is funny.
the internet as a cuck or a simp. His first response was to jokingly respond to the simp allegations with this tweet: "I'm done, fuckers, I'm done. No more Mr. Nice Simp." If this was the only way Ian responded, it probably
I'm the one who simps. He's out here doing Walter White cosplay. What is this?
he would have blown over after a few weeks, but he decided to drop a video after this that made everything 10 times worse. The video was titled
Skylar.
Sex Workers, iDubbbz Complains,
You
which
need to
was
get a boob
essentially
job,
him
Sky.
molding for 10 minutes about people criticizing him for having a girlfriend that does OnlyFans. iDubbbz goes off on some random 15-year-old on Twitter with sub 100 followers that was jokingly mocking him. And he takes shots at the YouTuber HOODEEZ, who made comments like having an OnlyFans could potentially ruin future job opportunities, which most people would agree with.
HOODEEZ VTuber is kind of sick.
Not Ian, though.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most
Oh wait, no, I don't think
things
it's
to
HOODEEZ.
highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken.
He would end this coping video by insanely stating he doesn't care if people jerk off.
That's not true. If people at your job find out about an OnlyFans and they bring it up to the boss that you are sexual, like, if you have a bunch of nude pictures and, like, certain things, you can get fired. That is a thing.
Off to Anisa.
That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend.
Because you represent the company you work for.
I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. Doesn't affect me one way or the other.
Hey, his words.
If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else.
For the rest of 2000...
And I don't think there's a problem with that, really. I don't think there's a problem with other guys being attracted to your girl or whatever. Like, I think it's fine. The dudes, they're gonna do it anyway. They're gonna do it anyway. So what are you gonna complain about, really? You can't do anything about it, so why worry about it? Literally, But if she's out here cheating on him and stuff, I mean, he's just asking for a world of hurt in the end if he's actually attracted to this woman.
In 2020, Anisa would post on OnlyFans while also trying to keep her streaming career alive. Her streams haven't changed, with her breast being the main focus of her content while she spews out the ignorant thoughts in her head. Here is Anisa in October trying to explain to her chat why animal shelters are—
I'm just gonna say this. So where I see is because like there's not a whole lot of texture to this stream so far. I thought this was gonna be a better video than it is. iDubbbz was taken from the US to Canada, and he had a bunch of financial issues, and he was sued by Ethan because he called him a pedo and said that he messed with his kids and like a bunch of stuff. And the lawsuit was just recently dropped, like I think yesterday. And this was what his funds are like out. He has no funds left. They had to sell a house and take a loss, and they were already in debt. So I don't know what amount of money exactly they got from that, but I'm not thinking it was too big because they had to pay, like, I think they had to pay 3/4 or more of it back to something. They were already in debt, and they were trying to pay off the debt. The house was getting evicted or something. I want to know more about that, but that I think is one of the biggest crashing points of iDubbbz's career, is where he moved to Canada.
Actually bad because she believes they perpetuate the behavior of treating pets like they're disposable. I honestly don't know how someone could manage to come to such a stupid conclusion, and her chat didn't agree with her at all.
I guess I have to see how many adopt from shelters. But shelters, where do you think the dogs that need to be adopted from shelters come from? They come from irresponsible fucking people that
I do see dogs wandering around
because
everywhere.
they think it would be cute or fun to like breed their dog with their fucking neighbor's dog or whatever, or they let their dog out and get pregnant, and then they have a whole litter that they try to sell,
and then they sell the puppies. Yep, $2K a puppy,
and they do
out the back of their trunk in a Walmart parking lot. I see it every day.
They give the dogs away too early. They don't socialize the dogs properly.
They don't care about animals' lives.
Homes, to typically bad homes.
They don't think they're doing a bad thing.
The bar to purchase a dog when it comes from a backyard breeder is so low. Then you have a bunch of horribly treated dogs across the board. Dogs that were just set up from the get-go to
she really likes dogs.
Like, we a dog. It's fine. It's so
Get engaged. They would have a small
versus like, and you should also support people that
Wow, I can't imagine why people don't want to watch her.
want to adopt and work with the dogs as well.
2021, Anisa and iDubbbz would get engaged. They would have a small Las Vegas wedding 2 months later in June, where the couple would be officially married.
iDubbbz could have been such a good
shockingly take Anisa's last name, becoming Ian Jomha, breaking the usual tradition of the wife taking her
Bro, you got
husband's
an
last
Elvis
name.
impersonator?
Anisa made
Who's
Ian
that?
do this because she hated his last name. She claimed on her streams that it was white trash and sounded ugly, which is incredibly shallow.
People found the marriage certificate very fast, which is like kind of surprising. Not that it matters, but the only reason why we chose my name over his last name is because his last name is like just objectively ugly. It's just like an ugly last name. Like Washburn sounds horrendous.
That's
like
not that
Anisa
bad.
Washburn definitely stormed the Capitol. That's how that went. But like I feel like, I don't know. That's like, to me, Anisa Washburn sounds bad.
If that's not emasculating iDubbbz, the fact that
This is the best. That was the best she's ever looked. Wait, what?
To promote her OnlyFans on their wedding night sure as hell is. Ian
Wedding night
will never beat the cuck allegations. If you haven't figured it out by now, and
Bro, this wedding was completely unspecial. What? On the wedding night, Chad? That's the amount of, oh my gosh. I mean, he said he was fine with it, but is she like, what? On the wedding night? Really? Have you no shame?
Anisa loved
Obviously
to
not.
humiliate her husband, and this is just one of the many examples. Another terrible decision Anisa started to contemplate around the
Dude,
same time
iDubbbz
as her
is a
wedding
broken
was that
man.
She should shave her head.
He's been broken
that's not
down.
a
He's
joke.
been like
Just 1 month
deteriorated
after her wedding, she went full
by this
Britney
woman.
Spears and buzzed off all the hair on her head. She would insanely blame
Literally
her choice
broke,
to do this
by the way.
on her internet haters days later.
And remember, with a little rusties and an
Nah, he probably has more money than me.
you too can look like me.
Anisa initially denied regretting her decision to buzz off all her hair, but within a couple months, she totally gave in. She would post things like this on her Instagram stories. The worst part of shaving your head is how long it takes to grow back. I go from loving it to hating it and being sad it won't be long for years, all in the span of a week. I know I'm the type of person who only
Years?
learns by making
Nah.
a mistake myself, but damn, I'm having real sad boy hours
There's
right
no
now.
way.
Sometimes I feel like
There's no way it takes years for hair to grow back. For people. Is that usual for people? Takes me like a couple months, man. I gotta cut my hair every like fucking couple weeks because it gets too long. Bro, I got crazy genes that like just let me grow amounts of hair that I don't know what to do with.
I ruined everything.
I like having
That
short
last
hair
line
because
is
I don't have to
prophetic.
deal
Towards
with
the
it.
end of 2021, Anisa
I used to have
received a DM from the
hair
YouTuber
down
known
to
as
my
Rice
fucking
Gum. Rice
chest.
Gum was somebody iDubbbz made a content cop video on years prior. He sent
looked
Anisa
cool,
a
though.
message
It was like a Beach
challenging
Boy
iDubbbz to a
curly.
fight and stating that he fell off.
It wasn't
Anisa
like
would then show this message to her
Asmongold.
husband
Don't
and
think of
convinced him to set up.
Okay, don't think I looked like Asmongold. I had much like my hair is like curly. It's wavy, curly. It's more curly than wavy. It like literally curls. It turns into like little twists and stuff. So when it was long, I kind of looked like a Greek kind of like long hair type thing. It was more like not straightened. I've never been able to get my hair to be straight.
A legitimate boxing match. iDubbbz would go along with this and planned on throwing a whole event
I have
backed by
tried.
a boxing promotion until Rice
Back
Gum
when I was,
pulled out
like,
of
in
this
middle
idea.
school.
This wouldn't stop the Jomhas from continuing forward with the idea of hosting a YouTuber boxing event, which were growing in popularity around this time because of other YouTubers like Jake Paul and KSI. Anisa and Ian would create what is known as Creator Clash. With YouTuber boxing events already being an established thing, the Jomhas decided to make their event for charity to stand out from the other popular promotions like Happy Punch or Misfits. The pair recruited 18 well-known YouTubers who were interested in the idea of boxing for charity. Ian would begin boxing training because he was going to be the main fight for the event, going up against the YouTuber Dr. Mike. Anisa would also train alongside Ian because she was supposed to fight the streamer
Wasn't
Just the
she
Minx as
attracted
well,
to the
but
guy or
she would
something?
end up dropping out after allegedly receiving a concussion during sparring. Anisa would be given the pseudo role of boxing promoter after this, and she would claim to be the person who checked in with all the fighters on the roster. Her job was essentially to make sure everyone was going to their training sessions and not pocketing the $20,000 checks they were given to cover the training cost. It should be no surprise that Anisa failed to do these check-ins.
Yeah, they definitely pocketed 20K. Bro, you kidding me? Why would you even do this? Why would you even pay for people's training $20,000? Dude's a maniac for doing that. Also,
there
he's
were
got a
multiple
tattoo of a naked woman.
May 14th, 2022, and luckily it was a tremendous success. iDubbbz didn't win his fight against Dr. Mike, but the event managed to generate over $1.3 million for charity, so that's a win in my books. I wish I was going to be able to say the same thing about Creator Clash 2 and 3, but I'm getting ahead of myself. After the event, Anisa and Ian would spend time
Dude, this tattoo that I'm trying to censor right now, that tattoo on him is so weird. Oh my gosh, don't go away, mouse. This is the one time I don't want you to go away. That tattoo that's on his arm is so weird. Why would you get something like that? Why would you get something like that, dude? It's not even good looking. But like also it's, I guess these are pinup stickers or something. Like these are, or not stickers, these are tattoos, but pinup tattoos. That was their favorite kind of thing. I think they mentioned that once upon a time. It would make more sense for this to be like on her, I guess. I don't know. It's just strange. It's strange that he has this tattoo because like
going on podcast and live streams to give
It just
their
looks like
thoughts
a
about how
blow-up doll. It
everything
doesn't even
went.
look
They
like a
joined
person.
The controversial live streamer Hassan
Oh,
Piker's
is it
broadcast, where they
the? Oh, I
made
see the orange
excuses and
hair. Is that
joked
the
about
orange hair? Wait, is this the orange hair person from the Powerpuff Girls?
Ian's
Weird.
loss to Dr. Mike. Anisa claimed it wasn't a fair fight.
What's the
because
orange
Dr.
curliness
Mike weighed
behind
more
them?
than Ian, and that he had previous boxing experience. Ian would boldly say Dr. Mike was a bad opponent that didn't bring much to the event, and that he should have fought.
Dude, that tattoo is so weirdly misogynistic. I just don't.
List of popular boxing or the creator clash basket.
I've never
after
seen.
its in-
I have never seen a man with like a naked woman tattooed onto him. Like completely naked. Like I've never seen it.
Initial success. This wasn't because they loved boxing or charity, but because they wanted to siphon clout and relevance off the current
Probably because
list of
it would be
creators and streamers.
incredibly
And that's not some
inappropriate.
crazy Reddit conspiracy theory. Anisa and Ian previously went on the H3 podcast and claimed their main goal is to get people paid, and they wanted Creator Clash to be like VidCon, where influencers can come together and party for a couple days.
I think we always want to have, if we keep doing this type of event, and we kind of want it to be like a Super Bowl, like every year.
You want to do it again?
One, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
If it works out, then we can do that, and there could always be a charity aspect to it. You know, but I think the main goal is just to get the people paid who are involved in making it happen, rather than like making exorbitant amounts of money.
So your goal is to build
What's
an
up, Beats by Mueller?
of sorts, this creator clash where
Yeah,
you can
'cause
have
it's
people.
fun.
There's a champion every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it's a party.
Interesting.
It's like
super
a
stoked to-
way more exciting VidCon, or like I want
Interesting.
it to be like influencers can like care about this and fans can care about this and like you can
Interesting.
go-
I did. Interesting. God. I did have interest in it because it was like Aaron Hansen went on that. Mostly Super Mega. Super Mega's fight was the funniest, dude. It was just a play. I think I used to have an old meme that's on my channel. It's probably still on there. It's probably still public. I don't know. I think I might have privated it. It's Super Mega Gear. It's the final fight from Metal Gear Solid 4. Like the sound effects, it just matches Ryan's fight perfectly.
watch it and have like a build up, like maybe parties before and like stuff like
Yeah, because we've gone to like the last
Literally,
Paul.
if anybody goes and takes Ryan's entire Creator Clash fight and just puts it to the ending Metal Gear Solid, like with the guitar, the dun, 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 it's not over yet, and all that, like the Liquid versus Snake, that if you take that audio and put it to Ryan's fight, it fits perfectly. It's just perfect. I did 1 second of editing in that video, and that was just to reverse it.
Event, and it was crazy the amount of influencers that were there, excited to see it. They weren't all my cup of tea.
Sure.
But it was exciting. Everyone wanted to be there. It was fun, and I think if we can harness some of that, but have it be even more exciting, because all of our fighters are mystery fights. You don't know how it's going to go, and then you have this, charity element. It's just like a win all around.
This line of thinking would ultimately cause the downfall of their event. Anisa would continue to stream sporadically in between Creator
iDubbbz is
Clash
not
1
very
and Creator
good at
Clash
plans.
2. It's around this time she would begin to start trying to assimilate into Twitch's left-wing political community. She started a podcast in 2023 with Caseytron and Denims, who would both identify as left-wing streamers. Denims arguably being one of the largest on Twitch. This podcast was called The Take, and it was honestly one of the most uninteresting things I've had to force myself to watch. In the first episode, the group explained that the podcast was created because they felt like there was a lack of female voices giving their opinions on what happens on Twitch. Within the first 5 minutes, these girls divulged that they have a private group chat together where Anisa sends paragraphs of text about her personal dramas.
In our group chat, I'll be like, this shit's fucking annoying me. And I don't know, it's just been like a nice release to not just feel like I'm fucking crazy all the time.
I'm glad that we all agreed that that's how we were going to use it, because I was like, okay, is this going to be like a work group chat? And then like you guys were both like, no, this isn't. I'm like, yes, okay, good.
I was so ready to unload. I feel bad because I send you guys like books on there. I'm just like fucking typing for like 10 minutes. I'll like send like a fucking thesis.
But it's also interesting though. Like Anisa will just like tell me some, like I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know that at all. Like Anisa will just tell me like some real like
Anisa then goes on a weird tangent about how she doesn't
I'm sure
like her
Elisa
American neighbors because they're too
overtells
friendly.
everything.
She believes they're only friendly
about
because they have
iDub.
an
She doesn't
ulterior
care about
motive
his
to
image.
eventually take
She actually,
advantage of her. And
I
then
feel,
she claims she's had a nightmare experience with her
no,
neighbors
it's
in
time
all
for me to
three of the homes
Phil,
she's
stop
lived in.
talking. Mouse,
Me and Ian have lived
please work.
in
Why is my mouse not working?
3 different houses over the past 7 years. Unfortunately, we had to move.
Shut up. I feel that Anisa was trying to take iDubbbz's career and take it down and everything because she's upset that she even got with him in the first place because he was just a big YouTuber. I don't believe that she would have got with him any otherwise. This is obviously a person with no respect for people's lives or at all. Like, she obviously does not care about anybody else because she feels like nobody cares about her. That is how these people operate. They don't have any sympathy for whatever happens to you because they feel like everything's always happening to them. And even if nothing's happening, something's happening in their head.
We were doxxed.
She just wanted to bring him down to her level.
We had incredibly busybody neighbors that like wanted to talk to us and wanted to see what was up and wanted to like, you know.
I'd be perfectly fine having a talk with iDubbbz about this because I don't think that this is just petty drama. I think this is genuine. Like, I feel like he completely ruined his life for this person, and he doesn't realize it. There's no way that you just let this happen, dude. There's no way. It just doesn't happen like that. You don't love somebody to the point where you are destroying yourself. That is not love. Okay? Everybody in the comments, everybody on YouTube, everybody in the world, it is not love if you are sacrificing your own well-being.
Get in our
because your partner would never need to like have you do that.
I want to get to know you because, you know, we're neighbors. It was like,
Or
I
shouldn't
want to like
need to have you do
get
that.
in a position where if I need something in the future or you're doing something that I disagree with, I can like get in your shit. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like where I'm from, neighbors don't talk to each other, right? You're just kind of like, you know, we're all existing and, you know, if you need something, I'm here, but like we don't need to like get into it. But we've had nightmare experiences in all 3 houses that we've had with neighbors that just care a little bit too much.
Well, you know what I think? I think that they were probably too loud, and that's why it cared. Like, the neighbors cared too much because they were involving themselves because they, like, heard it overnight or something, like trying to go to sleep, and then they heard iDubbbz and Anisa probably having an argument way too loud because she is screaming at him behind the scenes. I believe, I'm willing to bet money with you that he was getting screamed at in the early parts of this, because they got evicted, didn't they?
Understand the busybody neighbor
Of these relationship
until I moved
days.
to the US.
This reminds me of the popular saying, if you find everyone around you is an asshole, you just might be the asshole. Anisa, if everywhere you go you have bad neighbors, you just might be the bad neighbor. After this, the group would discuss streamer-related topics like Aiden Ross.
You just might be the
inflammatory things
father.
because it's an easy way to grow an audience. This is ironic coming from these girls who essentially became popular for doing a very similar thing. The girls planned on making this podcast a regular occurrence, but only 2 episodes would ever be released, so that should show you how much of a disaster this was. Around the same time
Well, they
that
just
this
didn't see
failed
value
podcast
in
was
it.
created, Anisa and Ian would announce Creator Clash 2. Following the success of Creator Clash 1, Anisa and Ian pushed forward with their dream of hosting their own version of VidCon. They massively scaled up from the first event.
I want to share one of the most messed up things I know about YouTube. Is that if you are a woman, and I'm not sexist, okay? I'm just sharing what I see, okay? And what I think that is like, okay, so certain content caters to people. Certain content caters to people, and if you are a woman or a man, you're making a certain amount of money, right? Okay, so this is so stereotypical, but it's true. A lot of women don't make enough money to support a creator, usually. And a lot of guys make that money, and that's why you see so many girls living off of OnlyFans and not a bunch of guys living off OnlyFans. It's just more like the money that you are, and usually they like women will go and spend money on themselves. You know, like it's not they're not trying to share any of the wealth because they are not able to. Like usually it's a minimum wage worker or something, you know? And we're talking about viewers, not YouTubers now. We're talking about the audience that is supporting the YouTuber. So if you are thinking about, oh, why am I not making money off of this? Is because your content, as a woman, your content usually caters to women if you are just doing a podcast and not giving the guys what they want, which is usually just taking your clothes off. I mean, that, like, just being honest with you, most guys don't care about women's drama or like caring about like or most people, not just women. Like most guys just don't care about drama and all that. They just don't want to hear like all this stuff. Like I don't even know what they were talking about 10 minutes ago. I don't even know like what Anisa was talking about in the podcast that we just listened to. If you also don't know, then that proves it. That if women, all three women got together and did a podcast, it would mostly cater to women. Does that not make sense to people? I think that would make perfect sense. Like, it's just, as a guy, I would not watch that comfortably. Like a podcast of women, unless they were funny, like Only Plays or something. But like I could watch it if it was funny. Like Chibi Doki is funny as a woman. Like and Chibi Doki definitely appeals to men, and not for like sexual reasons. She's funny. Okay, she's very funny, and I stand by that notion that Chibi Doki is probably the funniest female on YouTube that I know of. Like I haven't seen a lot of like funny women anything on YouTube. Unless it's like I want to be ninja, chop, 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 chop down, like little memes and stuff, sure. But everything otherwise, it's just like, there's not a lot of good comedians. Chibi Doki is that good comedian. For real.
With things like a larger production, more fighters, and a bigger venue.
She sets the bar. Chibi Doki is not just a good streamer for just women, it's just like everything. She's just a good comedian in general. It has nothing to do with sexism, it's just, if you are a good comedian or good at anything otherwise than just being a girl, like most guys who do podcasts, a lot of women watch them because they're just talking. They're not really doing anything funny. They're not really doing it. I mean, a lot of guys are going to watch it too, I guess, to have like male figures or like think that they have friends or have some sort of parasocial. I don't see the value in it innately if people are just sitting around talking about their personal lives. Like, there's no innate value to the video, then obviously they're coming there just to see a man, hear a man, see a woman, hear a woman. That's it. That's the base content value when there's nothing else in it. If there's no comedy, then that's what they're coming for. That's what you're making your money
to
off
rent
of.
out an entire hotel for the creators they invited, costing over $150,000. They also flew in streamers like Hassan Piker, Denims, Frogan, and many more just to quote-unquote promote the event, which none of them really did. They paid for the company Getty Images to come to the event and take pictures of everyone attending. They even threw 4 separate influencer
I didn't know about any of this.
to and after the boxing matches, and there was a red carpet gala event where Anisa got to
And all of this money, by the way, is coming out of that guy's pocket in the black suit. Do you see the pain in his face? You see what's happening right now? He's standing next to the woman that he should be with. Oh, gosh. Look at her on the right. And then look at Anisa.
hand out fake awards to the fighters.
Hey, you guys can call me horrible for saying this, but I think she's more beautiful. That's it. It's just Anisa looks... Sure, she's not bad, but I mean, like, not good either.
Her husband on a live broadcast.
He was in the shower, like coughing in the morning, and I filmed it because I thought we were gonna do it.
I'm not calling her ugly. I'm just saying that she doesn't. Her personality is ugly. I don't even know who the redhead is. She could have an awful personality too, but she's not out here saying whatever she's saying the way she's saying it into the Creator Clash mic.
Event where Anisa got to hand out
'Cause, like, listen to her
awards the
squawk
fighters.
into this.
She even got to humiliate her husband on a live broadcast.
Shower, like coughing in the morning, and I filmed it because I thought we were gonna do a documentary. So I like filmed him coughing in the shower all
This
night.
personal information,
Oh
dude.
my god, this
iDubbbz is over there sweating beads. Look at him. Didn't she say like he pissed on her in the shower, and that probably was like the biggest like thing that like made her mad about iDubbbz or something? That would make me mad if somebody pissed on me. Like, come on, that's weird. That is so weird. That is just not. And I'm all for pushing social norms, but respect people's boundaries, even if you're both taking a shower together. That's never been a thing. It's never been a thing that I even wanted to do. I don't understand why he would want to do it with her, but like she keeps bringing up the shower thing, and now she's doing it at the pinnacle of iDubbbz's career. This is the pinnacle. This is the top right here. This little moment right here where he had all these creators here. It's not hair cake. It's not all those videos back in the day. This was the pinnacle. This was the thing that it was all leading up to. This is what he's spending all his money on. Creator Clash. He did a first one and a second.
and I filmed it because I thought we were gonna do a documentary. So I like filmed him coughing in the shower all night. He was coughing. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. He also had fractured shins, but like you can fight on fractured shins, but you couldn't be as bouncy. But we found that out.
People are going to be saying excuses,
Yeah, I know, I know.
for the
I know.
fight from a year ago.
Yeah, from a year ago.
Let me just add, he still would have lost to Dr. Mike even if he could breathe and didn't have fractured shins.
No, that's valid.
Yeah, no offense.
Because of all of this, Creator Clash 2 failed to generate
No offense at all.
a single penny for charity. The event actually ended up losing over $250,000, which directly...
If anybody wants to go see, I made an iDubbbz music video. It's like not even that far down on my most recent videos, not live streams, but videos. If you go to my videos tab on my channel, there's an iDubbbz song there. It's really good. It is actually really good and explains his entire life.
came out of Anisa and Ian's pockets. Their ridiculous overspending on unnecessary things was the downfall of
It's a
this
good
event.
song.
The charity for children's
I
cancer
bopped that
research
shit in the
didn't
hood.
receive $1, but at least Anisa got to rub shoulders with influencers while a comedian who was paid $20,000 told his bad jokes at her after party. There was also a massive drama between Anisa and one of the fighters before the event happened. This caused Creator Clash to receive a massive wave of negative publicity that contributed to its failure. One of the original fighters on the Creator Clash 2 card was Froggy Fresh. Froggy is a legacy YouTuber that is beloved by many and was easily one of the most anticipated fights on the lineup. He was also one of the biggest promoters of Creator Clash, going on different podcasts to promote the event and build hype around his fight. Unfortunately, one of the ways Froggy tried to promote his fight would end up costing him his spot on the card just 3 weeks before the event was scheduled. Froggy would go on Twitter and jokingly claim that if he lost his fight to Chris Raygun, he would be so ashamed of himself that he would subscribe to Anisa's OnlyFans.
There seems to be substantial evidence.
He got kicked out for subscribing to her OnlyFans, but iDubbbz was okay with everybody else subscribing to her OnlyFans. Why is he mad that Froggy did it?
Well, young man, amphetamines couldn't save Hitler, and they can't save you either. On April 15th, if I don't hurt you beyond what anybody could have imagined, I will be so disappointed in myself that I will.
Okay, I see why they didn't have him on. No, I see why he didn't get put onto the Creator Clash now. I get it. No, he was being way too, like, threatening in this. This is not good sportsmanship. This is, does he really have, like, beef with this other fighter? It's just not good. This is not thoughtful.
Subscribe.
Or well thought out.
This greatly upset Anisa, and just 2 days after Froggy would post this, the Creator Clash Twitter would announce that he has been removed from the card. This announcement
He
didn't
used
any
he used Anisa's OnlyFans as like a bad thing, like, oh, I'll subscribe to Anisa's OnlyFans if he loses. Like, what? He made a joke out of iDubbbz right in front of everybody about his like own. That's crazy to say about somebody's wife. I guess he's just. Dude, iDubbbz has been through the ringer.
Explanation on why Froggy was removed, and they even disabled the comments on the post in an attempt to mitigate the onslaught
Dude,
of
Froggy,
criticism
that was
they know
uncalled
they
for,
were
man.
gonna receive. This removal would cause a massive uproar amongst the fans who were all anticipating seeing Froggy fight. Even larger creators like Moist
I don't even know who
Critical,
Froggy
Some Ordinary
Fresh is.
Gamers, and Gideon voiced their disappointment with this decision. They even offered hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of charity donations if Froggy got put back on the card. All of this fell on deaf ears though, as the Jomha's unexplained decision to remove Froggy was final. Anisa and Ian would come out over a year later on their podcast and claim that Froggy wasn't removed for this OnlyFans joke, but because he was bad-mouthing the event and OnlyFans creators. This wasn't even remotely true, as Froggy wouldn't begin to trash talk Anisa and Ian or Creator Clash until after he was removed and was rightfully frustrated. Another reason people speculated Froggy was removed from the card was because he received his boxing training from the controversial creator Sam Hyde.
So, Creator Clash was manifested by Sam Hyde, actually. Sam Hyde was this guy who, like, he did it. Is he going to explain what happens with Sam Hyde for me?
Sam is someone iDubbbz tried to make a documentary on back in 2021. This documentary would blow up in Ian's face tremendously, as Sam rightfully suspected it to be a gotcha-style hit piece and effectively trolled Ian throughout the whole filming process. Ever since this happened, iDubbbz has hated Sam. Again, I covered this entire feud between these two in much greater detail inside my iDubbbz documentary that will be re-releasing soon. For the sake of brevity, just know that because of this situation, Anisa hates Sam, and the feeling is probably mutual in return. She would go on her streams and compare Sam to the scorpion from the old fable, The Scorpion and the Frog.
Ian,
What fable is a scorpion and the frog?
Maybe one day going back and trying to film like something again, like trying to like maybe now Sam would be more open to it. But to be honest, I have a very strong feeling in my head. It's like that. My dad always used to talk about the scorpion and the frog. I don't know if you guys like have ever heard that story. The scorpion and the frog.
I don't think anybody has. It's made up.
Where
you made that up.
The frog, he's like, he knows not to trust the scorpion. Scorpion, like, wants to kill the frog, wants to kill and eat the frog. But one day the scorpion is stranded on an island. And he needs to get off the island because obviously he's fucked, he can't swim. So he asks the frog to help him, and the frog, thinking like, okay, like, you know, you need help. If we get into the water, you know, you sting me, we both die. I can help you. I know that you're not gonna like hurt me on the way back. And the scorpion ends up stinging him, and they both drown. And he's like, why'd you do that? And the scorpion's like, I'm a scorpion. It's in my nature. And my dad's always like, see, some people, it's just in their nature to do things like this, and it's just who they are. Anyways,
Literally, Sam Hyde didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to iDubbbz. He didn't do anything to anybody. iDubbbz went there to make a negative documentary on Sam Hyde over an old thing that Sam Hyde did to iDubbbz YouTube channel, because iDubbbz was trying to like make a video about Sam Hyde or something, and Sam Hyde got the copyright notification from YouTube and rightfully took it down because he was able to. And if it had anything to do with Sam Hyde, then obviously, like, and then iDubbbz tried to redo that and make another hit piece on Sam Hyde, like a content cop type thing. And that documentary came out only like, I think half a year after Sam Hyde's thing. Sam Hyde's documentary of iDubbbz coming there trying to, it's such an insane video. You guys should watch that. It's really good. It's actually good. It's comedy.
you gotta learn from the scorpion and the frog.
This is
he tricked iDubbbz completely.
He would have actually been the scorpion in this story, seeing he tried to trick Sam with his documentary.
Yes.
Sam would see Anisa's comments about him and responded on a stream of his own.
With the 15 says, Sam, get Jed a raise for the consistently pleasant streams. Also, in Anisa's own words, Sam, you are a scorpion and Ian is a frog. Some kind of Muslim story fable, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think it's the opposite.
It's the complete opposite.
He's the scorpion?
He's a fucking snake.
Oh, there we go. And what are you?
What do you think about that? I think he's a fucking snake.
Well, not even you think. He literally came to try to snake him. So yeah, obviously he is like being that's snakish behavior over petty like old things that don't affect him anymore. Like literally the copyright wasn't on his channel anymore. He was like, this is an old thing that he did. Like, please show that footage, because that is very important. That is a turning point in his career that created Creator Clash. Like, this guy created the fire in iDubbbz to start doing things outside of his old content.
There's a certain... I think he's, he might be too foolish to be evil.
He's got an ego.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's a fucking, like, mastermind. And he definitely viewed me as a tool, like a documentary subject, stepping stone, guy that he could eviscerate with his big brain.
Because he wanted to do this too. He wanted to do this around the time that Sam was like making a show or something called Fish Tank, and he wanted to do this around the time that Sam was getting traction towards his stuff, because I was watching Sam Hyde videos before I even knew about like documentary or anything like coming out. When that came out, I was mind blown that it even happened, because I wasn't expecting it. I was already watching the Fish Tank stuff that Sam Hyde was doing.
In order to make 4chan stop calling him a cuck, etc.
That was the plan.
That was his plan. So fuck that guy. And I'm not a Scorpion either. If he, even Hassan Piker or iDubbbz, like the people I call out as a joke, like I'm willing to like horse trade with people. Yeah. If what
does that mean?
If he never hit me up and was like, "Hey man, can you leave me alone?" I'd stop talking about him. Whatever. I don't care that much.
Right.
But, yeah, Scorpion, because I flipped it on him when he came out here to make me look like an ass. I don't think so, Anissa, bitch, ho. Try again, sweetie.
Anisa or Anissa?
It doesn't matter. Even your own family hates you, bitch. Anissa's family hits me up. Her family, I've been hit up by her family members talking shit about her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Even your own family hates you, bitch. What does that say about you and how fucked up you are? They said that you used your Alzheimer's father as a dramatic prop. That's what Creator Clash 1 was for. It was for Alzheimer's or something like that. Yeah. And Anissa was up there like, I'm just so happy we could raise all this money for Alzheimer's. One of your own fucking family members hit me up and said you don't care that much about your father, and that your father you have like a strained relationship or something, and that you don't care about Alzheimer's. So
she just wanted to make it about herself.
Slut.
This is what happens when it comes to like when you have no content. She says she has nothing to like glean for herself, so she has to take other people's situations and use it to her advantage in order to get more publicity and get people will start supporting me if I talk sad about my dad who has whatever Alzheimer's. Yeah, that is messed up. I see where he's coming from. Yeah, it is really messed up. I'd hate if somebody did that with me if I had Alzheimer's and they would like never talk to me, and then all of a sudden they're trying to use my Alzheimer's for their personal gain.
After the massive failure that was
to manipulate
iDubbbz would do a 24-hour live stream for charity to try and make up for not donating a dime through his event. On this stream, Anisa took the opportunity to humiliate Ian by letting his audience know that he has IBS and constantly shits himself.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
A few months after this stream, Anisa and Ian would create a podcast called She Ruined My Career. The name is supposed to be satirical, but it's unironically true. Ian has pretty much become an internet laughingstock ever since the announcement of Anisa's OnlyFans years prior.
He's a lol cow now.
Their new podcast mostly as an emotional.
He used to be a lol cow, now he's like full lol cow.
They even brought on a psychologist one episode to talk to him about their feelings and the hate they receive online, which is just so pathetic.
I can't imagine what the two of you went through, and I feel really bad for what you are going to continually. So how do you read every comment? That was my original question.
So the thing is, and what makes me kind of sad about all of this is like, I wanted to get him to share more. Like as our relationship went on, I share a lot. He's wanted me to share less. I've wanted him to share more. We've started to meet in the middle. But as he shared more, he gets punished online for it.
Do you read all the comments though?
He
Probably
does,
because everything you do in the household, Anisa, is a
fine,
bad thing.
but way better than me.
Like she's just.
I'm the problem.
I think there's, it's, I mean, I would describe it kind of, she's described it a little bit like body dysmorphia, where it's like if you're looking yourself in the mirror for a little too long, you can get a little bit really down on yourself. You know, you read one negative comment, you're like, all right, let's find another one.
Yeah.
And you keep going. Yeah. It's weird. It definitely hurts, and I can get caught in that.
I don't really know why they created this podcast.
Why would you get caught in that? Why? Okay, if somebody said that, like, I don't look good, I'd really like to see what they look like. Dude, I literally yesterday I went to a Waffle House and somebody called me, or not, the main lady called me cute. Like she like stared at me and then called me cute. It freaked me out a little bit because I was like I was like, okay, what's going on? Why are you staring at me? Like, you never seen a guy with dreads before? Like, she just immediately. I didn't think you would be that cute. Like, everybody's surprised by my voice too.
Something they might find themselves struggling to do soon, as they claimed on the H3 podcast they haven't made any money in the last.
That's not me self-obsessing or anything. I'm just saying that, like, I know I have confirmation that I'm not ugly.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned you got to start earning money again. Are you guys not earning anything right now?
No.
Oh boy.
We have not earned money for the past 2 years, which makes taxes very easy.
That's good.
Nice.
We love that. Easy taxes. I like looking at the bright side of things.
By 2024, Anisa was desperate enough to try and start streaming again. This wouldn't last very long, with her only doing a handful of live streams before disappearing from Twitch once again. One of the last streams she did showcased an explosive meltdown triggered by the YouTuber Bo Blacks.
You've seen me there, Bo Blacks. I would jump through a vent. Let me speak!
Bo Blacks made a video after Creator Clash 2 failed to raise any money for charity, speculating on how much money the event really made and questioning where it all went. His theory was that fighters were paid more money than what was initially stated, and that Anisa and Ian took a paycheck for themselves.
Creator Clash stole my money, no charity, that's the key.
As well, instead of donating.
Bro, that song is so good. People need to go listen to that.
Now, his assumption
go listen to the iDub song.
To factor in all of the egregious overspending on
I'm pretty sure you could just look up iDub song or something.
But his video allegedly caused a lawyer
or HOODEEZ
the Jomha's financials surrounding Creator Clash 2, as they thought the Jomhas potentially pocketed the profits and defrauded charity. Anisa, for whatever reason, would decide to bring this fact up on her stream, leading to this insane meltdown.
I should have started this video with that.
YouTubers have never worked real jobs in their lives.
The lawyer used the YouTube video to say that this was proof that we were pocketing money. So the point that I was making with that clip that got taken out of context again, or like he just didn't understand what I was saying, is that we were in a shakedown lawsuit, and part of the reason why they thought that they could bark up our tree was because commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job, let alone put on a whole event, okay? You have no clue. You don't even know what it's like to clock in and have someone breathe down your neck.
Okay. She's like, you don't know what it's like to have enough money to do all these things. Yeah. Yeah, you don't know what it's like to get married to somebody who already has the money to do it. Like, she wasn't putting any money into this. She probably lies to iDub about even having money. She probably like lies to him about like having a bank account.
So don't tell me how much it costs. $100,000 does not even cost 1/4 of the broadcasting fees. So like, I don't know what crack these like commentary YouTubers are on, but I want some.
She wants some crack.
No, this is going on. I love how I didn't wear makeup today. I look disgusting as shit. But this will go on every and I don't care. I'm at the point.
What a hateful person. I look disgusting as shit. Who says that, dude? What is wrong with these people? Why do they care so much about it anyway? Like, keep bringing attention to it. I look disgusting as shit. She's an OnlyFans creator. You shouldn't be saying things about yourself like that.
I don't care.
People say it enough,
don't
don't they?
anymore. Because even when we don't say something,
They were asking for it, dude. When Anisa says that I look like shit without makeup, like, you're asking for people to, like, go and hate on you. You literally want people to say things like that. You are enabling it by even bringing attention to it.
say something, they think we're saying something. Do you know what I mean? Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna assume shit. So I'm so over it. Like, and I'm over them crying. They cry like they're the victims. Bro, you like made a video like with all these weird out-of-pocket assumptions. Like, just so out of pocket. I don't know. I know a lot of them have never worked a real job. I know that for a fact. And if you have, you worked there for a week and you cried and you quit.
The OnlyFans model
She thinks
talking
so
about
low of
people
everybody.
not knowing how to work real jobs is amazing cope. Anisa would continue this spurg out by claiming she has confronted commentary YouTubers in the past and made them cry.
She's projecting. She probably worked a normal job for a week and
That
quit.
are looking at this right now. I know that you would fucking cry if I said something to you in real life. I know you would cry. How do I know? Because I've done it to one of you fuckers in real life and you have cried. You cried and apologized to me. And you even said that I made you feel like a bitch. And I'm glad that I did, to be honest. More people should do that to you.
This claim isn't even remotely true. She is referencing the time she approached the YouTube comedian, Rusty Cage, at an after party for Creator Clash 2. Rusty tweeted a picture of someone in the crowd holding a sign that said, "Froggy did nothing wrong." This, of course, upset Anisa so much she felt the need to confront him about it after Creator Clash had finished.
I paid money, I'm on the floor seats, and I see like some shit.
The guy on the left is Brandon Buckingham. His content's really good. He just survived a horrible like organ shutdown thing. He almost died completely. I donated $20. I hope that he's feeling okay now. It seems like he is because he's doing videos again, but I'm sure that he's never going to be able to like push himself to that limit again. He's probably like cut his life in half.
Shenanigans going down.
So,
I take a photo of it.
But Brandon Buckingham's content's hilarious.
It said Froggy did nothing wrong. Like
seemingly innocuous.
Yeah, right. I go to this like after event and Anisa comes up to me. She comes up and says, "That tweet was really not cool," and I just apologize. I felt kind of like a bitch. I was like, why the fuck did I apologize? What am I apologizing for? I don't even know this person. That's really not cool. Honestly, Anisa, it was very cool.
Anisa's unhinged rant wasn't over yet. She would go on to talk about how iDubbbz needs to keep her on a leash because she can't control herself online.
Ian.
I mean, she's into it. She likes to paint herself as a dog and have a cage next
on a
door.
leash. Okay? And I'm okay
Is
with
that her
because
cage?
I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash. A tight leash, to be honest. Because I am unhinged.
Okay.
I will just say shit.
These clips would go viral amongst the commentary community. On one of Anisa's follow-up streams, she would attempt to retcon this meltdown by claiming she did it on purpose to get clipped and talked about. Anisa's pseudo-intellectualism strikes again.
You know, it's interesting because when I did the rant that like got clipped and shared by like a bunch of people, I did that intentionally to be like ranty and interesting and eye-catching and like I did it with the intention of like getting it shared. And it's interesting how like how predictable that is, I guess. And it's cool. It makes you feel like, okay, like this is more predictable than like you would imagine that it is.
This is obviously not true. Anisa having a conniption over Bo Blacks's video wasn't some 200 IQ move to gain attention online. She just has poor impulse control and can't help herself from crashing out over the hate she receives. Anisa and Ian would begin to discuss Creator Clash 3 from time to time on their podcast. That's right, after Creator Clash 2 failed miserably to raise any money for charity and cost the Jomhas over $250,000, these two geniuses thought it would be a great idea to do it again with nearly an identical formula. There wouldn't be an official announcement about this until the following year though. Anisa would spend the rest of 2024 ranting about ridiculous things on her podcast with Ian that struggles to break 5,000 views on most episodes. And this would continue continue on into 2025. It wouldn't be until the end of January where Anisa and Ian would both post announcements on their Instagram stories promoting Creator Clash once again. After miserably failing to be a boxing promoter for Creator Clash 2, surely Anisa would have learned from her mistakes, and the third event couldn't be any worse than the last, right? Right? iDubbbz would drop a video officially announcing Creator Clash 3 on February 7th, 2025. I don't know how he or Anisa could possibly think doing this again was going to be a good idea after Creator Clash 2 promised 14 different charities donations and failed to raise a single penny. I think the main reason the Jomhas chose to attempt this event again was because they decided to remove the charity element and made it 100% for profit. The pair will still call this a charity event though, but that isn't true at all. They will even use its false for charity aspect as a shield for criticism in the near future. Creator Clash 1 and 2 followed an identical donation model where all net profits from ticket sales and pay-per-view buys would directly be donated to charity in its entirety. Creator Clash 3 did not follow this model and dropped that previous element entirely.
There was a third one?
Ticket sales and pay-per-view buys generated from the event did not guarantee any money for charity now. This was not explicitly mentioned by Ian or Anisa, and you could really only find this information out by combing through their terms of service on the Creator Clash website. The only way Creator Clash 3 attempts to raise money for charity this time is by attaching an external link to a GoFundMe style page asking for donations for one specific charity now. Calling Creator Clash 3 a charity event is like calling McDonald's a charity restaurant because they have a donation box at the register for Ronald McDonald's.
I just need to look something up real quick. Is it illegal to say you're getting money for... Oh, wait, no, hang on. Earn money through donations for charity advertised? Then pocket the money. Is it? Tell me. It's gonna say yes. It's absolutely. Oh, it is absolutely illegal. If you solicit donations by advertising that the money is for charity and then pocket the funds for personal use, it constitutes charity fraud, theft by deception, and embezzlement. Yeah, he could. He has this lurking in the shadows that is going to come up one day.
Charity. I just wanted to make that
doesn't go over after a few years.
Go on to make fraudulent claims about this still being a charity event. In March, Ian would begin to sour
that can still be a lawsuit 10 years from now.
The H3 podcast. These four have supposedly been friends for almost a decade, with Anisa and Ian being semi-regular guests.
Doesn't matter when you committed the crime. If you committed the crime, you do the time.
Defended and promoted the Jomhas throughout all of their dramas they found themselves in over the last few years. They were also one of the largest supporters and promoters of Creator Clash 1 and 2, so the animosity building between the group came as a surprise to most. What caused the initial rift between the friends was the fact that Anisa was seemingly good friends with a former editor of Ian's who would regularly hate on Ethan and Hila online. The editor, Froggy Tonic, could be found on Twitter calling Hila a cunt, accusing Ethan of killing his dog, and suggesting that the pair don't properly take care of their kids. These sentiments are echoed throughout a snark community that has been built around
he tried to censor the word
the past few
cunt,
years.
and then
Anisa is also seemingly good friends with Denims, who uncritically reacted to false claims about Ethan's children that eventually led to unjust calls to Child Protective Services against him. Ethan would see Anisa regularly interacting with Froggy Tonic and Denims online and eventually asked the Jomhas to publicly defend him, which they refused to do. Anisa and Ian would even go on their podcast and state they're not interested in getting involved in any of the drama surrounding Ethan.
Ethan's upset with I think some of our connections, and we've tried to reach out to Ethan to talk privately. Basically, it just
we know you love Ethan.
A bit of an impasse, so we want to stay out of the drama as much as possible. We don't want to pile on and add to anything. So this is our lukewarm addressing of it. It's and
then he goes and doubles down later, calling him a pedo, and then gets sued almost, and then
we'll
issues an apology video. That's the latest update.
Yeah, the door's always open.
The latest update is that she's just playing video games the whole time. The latest update on the podcast. Why don't they have the video game in the middle? They should have had that. Why can't we see the video game she's playing? That would have been cool. I guess, kind of. Not really. Why even like try to apologize after what you said, dude? Ethan said that he would remove the lawsuit after iDubbbz apologized. And he said that like a week in advance or something, and then iDubbbz makes an apology video when the lawyers actually hit him up because he doesn't have the money to go to court or does not want to spend the money on court. And Ethan probably doesn't want to either.
Drive it home. We don't condone harassment of any kind.
Condone harassment of any kind.
Of any kind. Okay, period. Which is why we have not stuck our foot in any of this. Because it is not productive. I don't think it's helpful. And these are real people who have real feelings.
This would lead to Ethan denouncing his friendship with Anisa and Ian live on his podcast during the first week of March.
So yeah, he's accused me of leaving pills on the floor. And yeah, so I'm feeling at a point to.
Did he just do a bump of coke? Why is bro bouncing up and down
anyway,
wide-eyed?
Was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she
definitely does drugs.
I'm like, she's like a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And
he
that's
does
showing
cocaine.
up right up on Anissa's and iDubbbz's feed.
Anissa's.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered for saying one goddamn fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is
he doing cocaine in this scene?
Too far, because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group.
Yes, he is.
That anybody.
He just took a bump. How does nobody recognize that this guy actually just did a line before making this?
Who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
It's a pretty good defense,
dude,
even though he's on coke.
I probably done and stood by
Look at that.
Anisa more than anybody.
He is tweaking
I
right
stood
now.
by them when all the internet hated
Bro,
them,
he is
because
tweaking
I
the fuck
love
out.
those guys. I vouched for their character, and I stood by them 100%.
I don't know
And
much about H33.
I'm not saying that
whatever
they're not
this is.
good, nice, fine people that I thought they were. But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. That's what I'll say at this moment. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing.
What is with
like,
the
I don't
hand?
need any fucking halfway friends, man. That's not what I need.
Days later, Hila Klein would also have a message for Anisa.
Well, to circle back to what I was saying,
Yeah.
Anisa is a perfect example. She could tell those people, hey, you know what? That's too far. You should not say that. That's not okay. I've been to their house. Their house is clean. They treat their kids nice. I've seen them with their kids. She could say so much.
Bro, he's over there
And it
coughing
would
up a
make her a
lung.
little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be
which
commendable.
Which
That-
kind of, and by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house.
Dude, Ethan's got like a dildo in his chair or something. He's just bouncing up and down the whole time.
His claim they're
sniffing and coughing.
They're actually good people. Like that's gonna get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Like that's in my
Doesn't
opinion,
it?
doing something. That's
He's doing
difficult
drugs.
and standing by your principles. That's the whole point.
These are complete mannerisms of somebody who is high.
Standing by your principles, admirable. Is that it's not always easy.
This drama would explode weeks later when iDubbbz released his newest video titled Content Cop H3 on April 16th. This was quite possibly the worst video Ian has ever made. By no means is
I've never seen it.
an infallible person. There's plenty of things you can criticize him for, but the way Ian went about it in his video was just horrendous. Content Cop H3 was just Ian concerned trolling Ethan for an hour straight while regurgitating old talking points from some of the people that hate Ethan the most. He starts the the video off by downplaying his relationship with Ethan and immediately defends Hassan. Ian then begins to explain some of the reasons he won't defend H3. One of the main reasons Ian claims he won't defend Ethan and Hila, who are both Jewish, was because Anisa was half Irish and half Lebanese. He basically states that Anisa is well aware of the oppression her people faced from Israel, so of course they won't come to their defense.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anisa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anisa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
This is just a delusional lie. Remember
is this
those
racism?
Discord leaks? Anisa stated herself she is 8% Arab. That's not even close to 50%. At one point inside this content cop, Ian starts crying while visiting the same psychologist he had on his podcast with Anisa.
Wait, really?
He cries about his relationship and the harassment he and Anisa face online while projecting about Ethan and Hila.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Hila. Like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
This is definitely a very, very brief description of iDubbbz's video to try and avoid going on a 30-minute tangent that doesn't necessarily involve Anisa. Again, a much greater breakdown of this situation will be found in my iDubbbz video. While Anisa didn't show up in this content cop video, I definitely believe she played a role in its creation behind the scenes. This wouldn't be the first time she helped iDubbbz with one of his videos, as she's taken credit for some of his previous works like the Tana content cop.
I also take ownership for the Tana. The Tana thing was my.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Was my idea. Was my stupid idea.
Yeah.
I was the one
he
that was.
suggested like we can go to the place. It's just in San Francisco. I'm like, it is just in San Francisco.
Yeah, that drive and everything. And now I think back to it, I'm like, I can't believe we literally harassed an 18-year-old child at her show.
An 18-year-old's child or an 18-year-old child?
I'm like, it is just in San Francisco.
Yeah, that drive and everything. And now I think back to it, I'm like, I can't believe we literally harassed an 18-year-old child at her show. It's like kind of.
That's I guess when you put it that way,
it doesn't sound like
horrendous.
Yeah. It's horrendous. It's probably like my most embarrassing. Like it is. It's fucking embarrassing.
Releasing this content cop on H3 completely backfired on Anisa and Ian in more ways than one. Ethan would respond to the video live on the H3 podcast, completely dismantling the criticisms Ian tried to lob his way. And to add insult to injury, a majority of the internet would ultimately take Ethan's side in this drama. Anisa and Ian's boxing event would also begin to suffer because of this content cop video. A handful of fighters on the card were no longer interested in participating in Creator Clash 3 after this video was released. Starting with Harley Morenstein from Epic Mealtime, who was one of the fighters for the main event of the evening. Not only was Harley one of the most important fighters on the card, he was also one of Creator Clash's.
Harley went against Aaron Hansen, Game Grumps, and that's how I found out about Creator Clash, was when I found out that Aaron Hansen was fighting, and then I found out Super Mega was fighting.
Biggest promoters and defenders, so him walking away
I was giddy
speaks
about it.
volumes to
I really liked
Ian's
that.
action.
That was interesting, but I didn't like it. I actually didn't like it. It made me kind of like sad to see my like favorite creators getting, you know, punched. Because a lot of people don't like Aaron because of his like use of language and everything. I don't know if he's actually. I don't think he's actually like a racist or anything, but like he used to use the funny word because it was like a Call of Duty lobby type thing. Everybody else could do it, but oh, the nice friendly Game Grumps guy can't do it, I guess, like back in the day. And now he's being canceled now for something that he's did like, I don't even know, 10 years ago.
The content cop video was Lena Ayad. She literally works for Ethan, so it's not even surprising that she chose not to fight anymore.
Aaron Hansen's animations with the N-word or whatever in it, those are like
and it wasn't
10 years old now.
Any of us took lightly, least of all
he's getting canceled for
Lena
him
specifically.
And he doesn't even say it like with a hard R.
That we announced that Lena will not be.
But his wife did.
In Creator Clash.
His wife did. That's true. I saw a clip of it. My bad. I'm getting like lost in thought.
Fighters on the card. He was also one of crew Anisa.
It was a tough situation for everybody, and it wasn't something that any of us took lightly, least of all AB and Lena specifically. It is with great regret that we announced that Lena will not be participating in Creator Clash either.
Yes. First off, I apologize to any of the fans who were going to see Lena. It's been a lot, and Lena
This is uncomfortable.
Just sort of been thrown in the middle. She was kind of...
I don't know who this is.
Were not looking good for Anisa and Ian's event. Ian would release a follow-up video to the content.
Dude, what
Things
is
were
this
not looking
branding?
good.
What the hell is this branding, dude? What is this, the 1980s or something? What is
For
this?
Anisa and Ian's event. Ian would release a follow-up video to the content cop titled Content Deputy, where he attempted to respond to some of the
Oh
criticisms.
yeah, these guys
he
are
had
like
received.
30.
In this video, he reveals
They
that
were probably
he and Anisa have
born in
decided to step away from
1990.
Creator Clash entirely and handed over the responsibilities to the company that helps organize the event. He insanely blames the reason behind their decision to step away was because Ethan was quote-unquote attacking his charity event because of the content cop video. Ian would also make the insane claim that he believes the internet was going to blame H3 for ruining Creator Clash.
I was hoping that if I made a video about Ethan, he would act like an adult and he would keep the attacks directed at me and Anisa.
Bro.
Unfortunately, I was wrong in thinking that because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anisa and I, he started attacking our charity event. He's highlighting this post.
Dude, you started it. He just wants Ethan. He wants to be affiliated with H3 so bad. He wants their audience. That's what's going on here. There's no actual beef. Come on.
That equates
These
Creator
people don't
Clash
care
to a
about each
crypto
other.
Rug pull. He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon. Can't wait for them to blame us for their failed event. Don't worry, Hila. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely.
Oh man, Creator Clash 3. I wonder how much the charity event is going to have money for Ethan here. How much of that charity money is going to go straight to Ethan?
On my shoulders.
He's done
But I
it
can't
twice
speak
now?
for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys
You
for
just
it.
stole
Now,
charity
with this
money?
recent revelation that people are just going to use Creator Clash to attack Anisa and I. Anisa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control to our business partners who ran the previous two events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis. The event is still happening. Anisa and I just...
So you're telling me that you just paid somebody else to run the event, and you put your name on it.
don't have any financial ties. We don't
So
have
you
any
really didn't do
ownership.
much.
We are, I think just going to be known as the founders of the event.
This is like kicking a beehive and being surprised when a swarm comes out to sting you. Who would have thought Anisa's fake credentials as a boxing promoter would have never helped Creator Clash 3? The event would continue to crumble with two more fighters, Freddie Wong and LA Beast, quitting following iDubbbz' second video on H3. Not that Anisa and Ian really care, as they've effectively tried to wash away their hands of responsibility after walking away from Creator Clash. The new event organizers would drop a bombshell on the Jomhas though on May 29th when they posted a transparency report on the Creator Clash website. In the section titled, "Do Fighters Get Paid?" they exposed the fact that Anisa and Ian planned on taking a 34% share of the profits generated from Creator Clash 3. They actually planned on taking a majority share of the revenue for doing nothing. The Jomhas weren't fighting on the card, and they didn't check on the other fighters either, which was ultimately their only job for Creator Clash 3 when they were a part of it. They literally wanted to do nothing and receive a massive paycheck. Remember what Anisa said on Hassan's stream?
I think what really made me mad about boxing events in the past is that it's rich assholes betting their money to make money to like have people that are struggling to like make ends meet and pay rent watch them do it, and then they'll go home and like have a lot of money.
Dude, iDubbbz really had to sit between them. She's so into Hassan, it's ridiculous. She's mentioned it too many times for not to be fact. She would have rather married Hassan. 100%. And iDubbbz knows this. She said it. She said things that like just completely like throw their marriage out the window. Something that if my wife said, then I would probably get divorce papers. Not counseling, divorce papers. Because obviously she's just She doesn't love Idub. She loves Hassan.
And like, whatever.
That's not a marriage.
And the fighters
it's not
are
a good marriage.
too, like
Yes.
usually.
How ironic, seeing that's exactly what the Jomhas planned on doing for Creator Clash 3. The 34% cut revelation was incredibly gross, seeing the fact that Anisa and Ian have been calling Creator Clash a charity event, and they used the fake charity
Like
aspect.
this is how she dresses around Ian. This is how she dresses around Hassan. And I mean, just look at the. If you get what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying? Is this making sense to you? Like, just picture it.
Remember what
You get
Anisa
it?
said on Hassan's
like
ironic situation was incredibly gross, seeing the fact that the aspect as a shield for criticism since the release of Content Cop H3. The L's for Anisa and Ian wouldn't stop coming either. Less than a week after they were exposed for trying to take a 34%
Oh God,
cut
these
of Creator
clowns.
Clash 3's profits, their former boxing coach Michael Briggs and his wife Kate would go on the H3 podcast to expose even more information about them. Michael revealed things like Anisa having a crush on one of Ian's sparring partners and enjoying watching Ian get beaten up by him in training.
She definitely had a big crush on one of the guys that would come in and spar with them.
Yep.
Because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. And then, even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it. And then,
I want to say that, I want to say that before. So Anisa never gave shoutouts to Michael training Ian at all. But she put out the first video of Ian like getting rocked in sparring when Ian was sparring with her crush. Yeah.
They would even post a video showcasing Anisa watching Ian spar Gabe and immediately walking away once Ian starts sparring someone else.
Watch out for his straight left or his hook.
Bro, they're barely sparring.
Watch out for his straight left or his hook.
That's not sparring. That is not sparring. Oh my God, dude is messing with him. Idubs is like scared shitless or something. She's so like.
And start sparring someone else.
Watch out for his straight left or his hook.
She's looking at Idubs. She's smiling because she knows this isn't even actually sparring. It's like fake.
Shooting a big Godzilla and the Godzilla doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just knowing.
It doesn't even look.
We're screwed.
Dude, expect that, right?
He's out of breath from that.
Attrition. Right. Like, I mean, let's get that game. One more round, Ryan. One more round, game.
You're doing good, dude. And she just takes off.
Another thing Michael would tell Ethan was that Anisa and Ian knew Creator Clash 2 was $500,000
it's not serving her fantasies.
Before it was supposed
That's
to
what was going on inside that evil little smiling face.
Expect that, right?
And start sparring.
A lot of people could look at this and be like, oh, she finds it funny or something, but she's over here fantasizing, dude. This girl is a freak. I mean, goes without saying, doesn't it?
Before the event.
Yes.
So going up to the event with the ticket sales and the PPV sales, they had when the event started, they knew they were down $500,000.
Yes. Keep in mind that they moved to a bigger venue and they sold a lot of tickets. But before the event had started, they said we're fine. So the reason we found this out was because I wanted Ian to start doing 2 training sessions a day. And I said, Ian, you need to start doing 2-a-days. And he was like, why should I do 2-a-days? And I told him, I was like, Ian, you're not good at boxing, man. My brand is at stake. So you need to do 2-a-days. That's what pro boxers do. And so I told him.
Wait, did you actually say that to him?
Yeah, yes. And then I told him, I said, my brand is on the line. I said, you can go back to YouTube. My whole life is fighting and coaching fighters. And I'm like, so if you don't have a good performance, that's going to look bad on me.
It's not going to look bad on you. It's going to look bad on the fighter because obviously Idubs is not like a really big muscular guy. He's like I mean, I think most fighters would look at him and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get why you couldn't train him. Because if they don't want to be trained, then you can't train them.
2 weeks before the fight, I'm like, we need to do your 2-a-days. And I said, my brand is at stake. Well,
I don't know what 2-a-days are.
I told him my brand was at stake. So the next day she comes into the gym super mad and she's like, our brand is at stake. we're $500,000 in the hole right now.
And we're like,
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that. I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that, you know?
Yes, completely.
Yeah, Anisa is perfectly fine with letting everybody know.
But they weren't honest about the fact that
about
they were
iDubbbz is
spending the money
dead.
from the ticket sales on the hotel, on flying.
Yeah. We're. They think that she thinks that it's her money too. She thinks that it's her money, her debt, or whatever. Even though iDubbbz is the only one paying for the debt. I guarantee it. I guarantee she has no stake in this. She could care less. And that's why she disrespected the entire event with whatever she said around it. Like, everything that she says about the event is about her and about her struggles. That's it. And her struggles are literally nothing. They're made up.
People in.
Her struggles don't exist. She doesn't have a struggle. Literally, there's no point in Anisa's like streaming anything that I've seen is her actually dealing with any of life's problems because everything's practically been handed to her.
Since the gala decisions were made while in the red.
Yes.
I have a question about that.
So she was like, we're already down 500,000. And she still had time to cancel stuff when she said that? Like, how before the event was that?
Yeah. I mean, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before the event. I mean, they knew
She
they
could
were
have made some last minute moves. Yeah.
They knew they were 500K in the hole long before that, right? That's just when they yelled at us about it.
Yeah.
So they could have definitely made moves to reduce spending.
She wanted that award show so bad the next day. They really wanted to have that award show so she could give out awards.
Michael also explained how Anisa told him she believes Sam Hyde legitimately wants to kill her, which is just fucking insane.
Like, so.
It was the craziest thing because
Pretty crazy accusations.
like, Kate, you don't understand. Ian and I both believe that Sam Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me. So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I was just like, are you sure?
Imagine being so intimidating that you make people think that... Dude, Sam Hyde is an intimidating guy. When people are smart, when you meet smart people that you respect more, you think they're more intellectual than you, yeah, you're of course going to feel fear. Because you don't know what they could do. They're capable of things that you don't respect other people of doing. I think most people are smarter than what they put out. Right? So, I consider this like everybody could kill you. Literally everybody. Not just Sam Hyde. Anybody could. So the guy driving the car next to you could get too pissed off at your car looking a certain way and just ram you off the road. Dude, I was hit twice within 1 week driving here and my car wasn't moving both times. Like, people are just insane.
I was like, I think the guy's a millionaire. I was like, I don't think he's going to risk his freedom to kill you. But, okay.
Okay, so Sam is definitely an unpredictable, like, high-level troll, but I don't believe that he actually... Okay, I don't think their security was in risk. Why the fuck would he kill him?
This whole 3-hour interview is filled with revelations like this about Anisa and Ian. I highly recommend you guys watch it in its entirety. Anisa would try her best to ignore her world burning down around her after the boxing coach exposed her and her husband on the H3 podcast. She would take a short vacation with Ian after this expose and even tweeted that she was going to be returning to streaming. Excited to announce that I will be going back to streaming once we are back from vacation. While she was on this vacation, Creator Clash 3 would announce its cancellation. Creator Clash 3 somehow turned out to fail even harder than Creator Clash 2.
Oh, you don't say.
Thanks to Anisa and Ian once again. Anisa would of course be.
You don't think the branding has something to do with that?
Over Creator Clash's failure. I just want to make it clear that we haven't had any contact or control since we publicly stepped down. Even though me and Ian were the faces of the event, many people were behind the scenes making decisions together.
Correction, you weren't the faces, you were the feces of Creator Clash. You were literally the thing that took Creator Clash, the idea that Sam Hyde manifested practically, and, the thing that you did not exactly come up with yourself. You were inspired to do it. So, obviously, it's like so it's not anything to do with you. And you hired an event maker and just called it Creator Clash. Like, I don't even think he had much control over the branding. I think he didn't care. He was just like, oh, this is a good investment. Let's make money.
The event wasn't doing well way before the content cop. A combo of many things contributed to that reality, including lack of promotion, influencer boxing being less popular, the economy, etc. I think what it boils down to is piss poor communication from everyone, even after we left, which is unfortunate. At the end of the day, I care about people getting paid for the money they were out for training and charity getting their money, and both of those things were done. There's a lot to unpack with this.
Charity got their
penny. For starters, her claims Creator Clash wasn't doing well because of lack of promotion and poor
They did receive 1 cent.
That was Anisa's only job. To promote the show and communicate with fighters was literally the only thing she was tasked with doing. That failure falls entirely on her shoulders, and her blaming things like the economy being a contributing factor is just downright insane. Her closing statement about caring that fighters and charity got paid is interesting as well. I say this because one of the fighters, Lena, who works for H3, initially wasn't going to be reimbursed the thousands of dollars she spent on training. Anisa and Ian initially had no plans on paying her back that money, sticking Ethan with the bill. It would take weeks of arguing behind the scenes with the new event organizers until Lena was finally reimbursed for her training cost. Anisa would then begin to have a meltdown on Twitter over Ethan Klein, who has since vowed to criticize the Jomhas forever because of their betrayal.
And I am here for every second of it. And when you're like, we're at rock bottom, there's no reason that anybody should be making fun of us. You're just kicking us when we're at rock bottom. We have nothing left. We have nothing to give. Nobody's paying attention. I will be there. I will be there to fucking make fun of you, to shit on you, to ground you deeper into the ground. I will never forgive you. I will never forget. And I am going to be vindictive about you both forever. And you, yes, you want to be, listen, nobody gets to play petty bitch in my presence. Okay, Anisa, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Okay, I'm watching. I'll be watching you every breath you take.
Because of this, Anisa would begin tweeting en masse. I'm once again asking what my ultimate sin was aside from being married.
Dude, he reminds me of some homeless guy that just does drugs.
Ethan doesn't
he
know
just
us
reminds
as well
me
as
of
he
that.
claims, especially not me. He's as knowledgeable about our private life as the average viewer. I have never mentioned CPS. I didn't appear in the content cop. I have only ever replied to Ethan privately with kindness despite him spam texting us deranged nonsense. His inference that I have any control over Ian's choices is from watching SlopTuber's parasocial ramblings. She would also stupidly tweet out an Instagram comment Ethan once left her showcasing how kind he treated Anisa during her struggles online.
I mean, you could call me a SlopTuber's parasocial ramblings right here. I just think that I've had like an interaction with iDubbbz and he mentioned me, he said HOODEEZ and everything, I recorded it and he banned me.
For some reason, she thought
because he had the BLM flags or something, and you know me, I like to make little jokes. Is like he goes, "What we need is," and then he paused for like 3 seconds. So I just commented, "BLM mentions." I guess his mods got me. It wasn't him that like banned me or anything, but then like he did make a big thing out of it. He was like, "Oh, HOODEEZ, why'd you say that? Oh man," and then I can't tell if he banned me or something or whatever, but all I said was BLM Mansions because he had the pause and everything. I thought it was funny. And the BLM Mansions, like that's the you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like they spent all the money from Black Lives Matter on huge mansions and cars and all that.
Make Ethan look bad, but it ultimately just makes her decision not to defend him look even worse. This comment just showcases Ethan being empathetic to Anisa, and I have no idea how she thought this makes him look like the bad guy. Anisa acting like she's some innocent victim caught up in her husband's drama is honestly laughable. Since the release of the content cop, she has tweeted multiple antagonistic statements towards Ethan. While Ethan and Hassan were having a debate, Anisa tweeted out, "Drugs?" This is in reference to Ethan's tics, which are caused by his Tourette's, which Anisa absolutely knows about. Accusing Ethan of being on drugs when you know he has a diagnosed condition.
Every time I see Ethan, I just think Resident Evil.
Shallow. Anisa would even double down on this position when Ethan decided to respond to her, tweeting this: "No way, he's on the full alt-right incel pipeline. Haha, he thinks I'm the evil witch. It's your manic, desperate behavior that makes me think you're on drugs. You can't even finish a sentence half the time. Your tics have nothing to do with it. Post this on Twitter, pussy." Anisa also tweeted, "Ian was too nice face in his content cop. Trust me, if I was pulling the strings, it would have looked a lot different. No mercy
Who
for
is
freaking
liking
misogynistic
this?
losers who can't handle criticism. There are plenty of more tweets just like this, so Anisa is just feigning ignorance when she complains about why Ethan has decided to A-log her forever. Having these Twitter meltdowns is pretty much all she does at this point in the current day. If Anisa's not freaking out about the hate she receives online, then she's posting pictures of the food she's making, acting like she's some innocent trad wife. Sometime after Ian's 2 videos being posted on H3, the Jomhas would list their house in America for sale and move into Anisa's mother's basement in Canada. Here they would continue their paywalled podcast.
Wait a minute. I didn't know. I thought they got a house in Canada. They sold her mother's house?
Podcast sitting on the floor with no lighting or set whatsoever. This is what losing everything looks like right here.
Did they go there to escape the debt in America?
Folks. I also think it's funny to mention that Anisa and Ian
There's something
have
fishy
completely
there.
abandoned the She Ruined My Career podcast ever since the release of Content Cop H3. This is probably to mitigate the amount of public backlash they've been receiving online for all of their horrible choices. And speaking of horrible choices, on August 19th, Anisa decided to announce that she was officially relaunching her OnlyFans. This was something she put a pause
she
on
has
doing while
to.
she
She's
took
the
on
only
her new
one
job
bringing
of
in
being
money.
boxing promoter for Creator Clash. And since that pointless venture has been finished, Anisa is now desperate enough to go back to selling her nudes online as a career. She tweeted about returning to streaming months prior, but never followed through with that claim. Instead, she now chooses to barge in on iDubbbz's already unpopular streams to voice her opinions on topics nobody asked for. One time, she interrupted Ian's stream to tell a story about a truck driver striking a school bus, killing 16 teenagers and injuring 13 others. She then invents a story about how people felt bad for the truck driver because he was a white guy.
I also want to bring up that there was that trucker that literally killed a hockey team, hit a bus. You know, the guy should not have, it shouldn't have happened. But everybody felt bad for the trucker back then. I remember he survived and a bunch of kids died. And people were sympathetic towards the trucker, and you can guess what race he was.
Oh my gosh. She makes that horrible scene, kids dying in a bus, about racism.
White?
This is absolutely
That
not
just
true
explains
at all. The
Anisa.
trucker was not some white guy that people felt bad for after he killed a bunch of kids like Anisa claims. The trucker was actually an immigrant from India, and everyone—
That's sickening, Anisa. What is wrong with you? Kids die in a bus in a car crash, and you just make it about yourself, don't you? God, that's disgusting. How do you even marry somebody like this, dude? iDubbbz, you
wanted him
is he
deported,
gaslighting everybody?
jailed
Is
for
he
life,
doing
or
it?
given the death
There's no
penalty.
way.
Anisa couldn't be
You don't
more
marry
wrong
somebody
about
as
this
a
tragic occurrence. And her
content
attempt to
thing.
vilify white people with a false story that involves 16 teenagers dying is just downright disgusting. This stupid interjecting is something she does often on Ian's streams, like I said before.
That's
Anisa,
disgusting,
girl,
though.
if you really want to spew out all of these terrible statements on a live broadcast, then fire up a stream of your own like you said you were going to. Honestly.
Right. And then she goes on iDubbbz's and says that awful stuff and just points out how how little she cares about the actual situation and how much she cares about keeping racism alive. Because what she said, what Anisa said was racist. That the car crash, everything just boils down to racism, apparently. And the Canadian racism, I don't even understand. I didn't think people were racist against Canadians.
At this point, you will probably pull more viewers than your husband does. In September, Anisa and Ian's boxing coach would
'Cause they're
return
just
to
French,
the H3
right?
podcast to refute some of the claims the Jomhas have said about them since their first appearance. The L's just keep stacking up for Anisa and Ian. One of the most insane things Michael and Kate would divulge on this podcast was the fact that Anisa told Kate she was in the infamous Mia Khalifa hijab porn video.
So she's just a pathological liar,
Yes,
and
yeah.
it makes no sense why she needs to flex to me. I didn't care.
She's such a pathological liar. Up until a couple months ago, she had always told us one of the reasons that she told me that people hate on Ian was because she had done a porn with Mia Khalifa in a hijab. So I'm like, oh damn, she did a porn with
hold
Mia
on.
Khalifa.
What does that have to do?
But
Wait, oh, okay. Anisa said that she was in the porno
Yes.
With Mia Khalifa.
Yes. This is the first conversation I had with Anisa
Is this
when I
real?
first met her at the gym. Michael told me, hey, the YouTuber's coming in today with his wife. They're training. You know, come and meet them and film, right? And then I go and I meet her and I said to her, hey, you know, we don't really know much about the YouTube world. So are you also a YouTuber? Or what do you do for work? And then she like literally giggled like, ah. And then she was like, well, you know, I actually had a porn video that went viral. And I was like,
God, fucking hell.
oh my God, I just looked around to make sure nobody was around us because why are you talking about this at the gym? And then she's like, yeah, I had a porn video that I did with Mia Khalifa and another Muslim girl. And the three of us had hijabs on and it was very controversial. And I got lots of death threats. And then after
that's
that,
not
I was
real.
like, terrified for my life and Ian needed to protect me. And so that's kind of how I became famous. You know?
She's a pathological fucking liar. If that's true, that's crazy for her to lie about. There's no way this is true. Are these guys pathological lies? Are they lying about her doing this? I can't tell because they're all wide-eyed and twacked out like everybody else.
She made it seem to me that was how she was.
That's
what she was
That's such
known
a
for.
crazy thing to lie about.
It is a crazy
She's
thing
a
to lie
liar.
about.
She lies all the time.
Who knows
and
if it's
I think she
real?
lied to us because we weren't a part of the YouTube world, and she could just lie to us continuously.
And she goes, we're not going to look it up.
We're not going to look it up. Why
I'm
would we
not
look
gonna
that up?
Also, I'm not going to look up a fucking porn of my client's wife.
I didn't even
like,
know
that's
who that was.
insane. What the fuck?
This is honestly an insane statement that I kind of doubt the validity of. But it is Anisa we're talking about, and that's absolutely something she would lie about. So I'll just let...
She lied about... See, this does seem likely because she was trying to hide. She was trying to make it so that they wouldn't look it up. She tried to say the most, like, ridiculous thing. But it's even worse than what... Why would she lie about that? Dude, there's no way.
You guys come to your own conclusions on whether you believe that's true or
No, I don't think it does. I don't think that's true because that would be so idiotic to say that you did that because it's incredibly, like, it's not culturally acceptable to, like, take other people's races and, like, involve it into, like, a pornographic scene. She said that she was, like, in with this Mia Khalifa girl, and I don't know who that is, but she could be, like, famous for doing those things, and, like, maybe it's, like, controversial, like, who this person is. I don't know who Mia Khalifa is, dude.
or not. Kate also told H3 about a time where Anisa tried to get her to divorce her husband because she felt
I don't even see why people would have a problem with, like, the whole Habibs or whatever the thing that you put over. They did a poon of them wearing, like, black garb over them, like the Israeli thing. I don't know cultures, man. I just don't care enough. It doesn't affect me. I don't know what it's called anyway. Like,
he was a misogynist.
And then she told me that, you know, she doesn't understand why I could be with Michael because, you know, he doesn't support women. And
I don't think she said
literally
that.
encouraging me to leave my husband, basically.
Anisa is just fucking insane. What else can I say at this point? Fast forward.
Everything else she says does make it, like, likely.
Streaming on Twitch. His broadcast
Maybe
would
she
run as
did.
it
I don't
usually
know.
does until he decided to shock his dog with a
I
shock
hate that
collar
I have the
for
same
stepping
chain
off its
around
back.
my neck as Hassan.
It's the same.
Me and Hassan are literally, I literally have the same chain. The same exact, like, chain. With the little, like, circular off. Like, I have the same chain as him around my neck, and I hate that.
Reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking.
I do like wearing it, though.
Stop.
I get why he likes wearing it. I did not wear it because of him. I just wear it.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I think I wore it before him.
You're being such a baby.
We have
I'm
the
not
same
going to
chain,
debate
though.
you on whether he did or didn't shock his dog. I think the video obviously shows that he did. And if you are someone who believes Hassan didn't shock his dog, then congratulations, you get to join Team Anisa. Anisa would be one of the first people publicly
God.
speaking out in defense of Hassan with her tweet
She's
that
advocating
read,
for
"I'm a
animal
big
violence?"
Dog advocate. Love training dogs with positive reinforcement, as you can tell with Merlin and Fiona on Ian's streams. I've met Kaya.
Positive reinforcement, and then you go to, like, the Hassan shocking Kaya thing, and he's just like, Kaya, please just fucking, and then he just presses the button, and she gets yelped.
I saw Kaya.
Apparently
while
the
Hassan
shock collar can be, like, so painful at like 30% or something. Like they did a whole research on like how powerful the shot caller is.
Was streaming. She never had a
He
shot
tried to not
collar
even
on.
call
She
it a
was good at
shot
her
collar.
place
That's how
command,
he's
but
trying
that's
to like.
very easily accomplished
The
with
Yelp
positive
means the shot
reinforcement.
collar
I
was
would
like
be
at
very
100%.
surprised if this was actually Kaya reacting to a shot collar. I find it particularly crazy that Anisa instantly jumps to defend a guy's animal abuse that she's not even friends with. But when it came to defending
Dude,
Ethan, someone her
likes
and her husband have been
Hassan.
friends with for years, she couldn't be bothered to do so. Anisa desperately wants to be absorbed
in
into
love
Hassan
with
Piker's
San.
orbit, so it's not surprising she'll bend over backwards.
She would immediately divorce iDubbbz and cheat on him given the chance with Hassan.
To defend him.
I'm not sure. I don't think Hassan's interested in having a relationship with her, and she probably would not do it unless Hassan was 100% with her.
Anisa found herself embroiled in came on Halloween. She decided to dress up as Snape and made Ian dress up as Dobby from the Harry Potter series. These costumes are innocuous on their own. However, as you can see, Anisa made Ian hold up a trans flag in order to own J.K. Rowling. This decision would blow up in their faces, as they didn't think that portraying the gross basement-dwelling goblin as a trans character would come off as offensive. That's honestly a joke some poor right-wing comedian would try and make. The unexpected backlash Anisa received would cause her to delete this Instagram post almost immediately. She would then respond,
I mean, isn't iDubbbz a hardcore right-wing comedian? He was out there like jumping off the counter and making fun of gay people and like osteoporosis and like saying the N-word. Like he's kind of that.
On her Instagram stories.
So of course it's going to bleed out into his later content
"Oh my God,
without him
y'all
even
are the
knowing.
whiniest snowflake baby losers in my comments. Take a joke. Can't a husband get on his knees in a bedsheet for his wife while wearing a full face of makeup without the internet crying about it? Geez, guys, can't this woman make her husband look like a cucked fucking loser in peace? Get off her back, jeez. This first response to the backlash was obviously
Who
poorly
said
received,
that?
as she had to make a second response apologizing. Sorry if we didn't make it clear enough. I assumed most people understood holding a trans flag doesn't make you trans. I personally think that would have been in very poor taste to do that, and I hope people I care about, including my trans identifying fans, didn't take it that way.
God,
I will be more
dodging.
clear in the future if I
Dodging
decide to
bullets.
throw another punch at the ghoul, which is J.K. Rowling. Anisa is such a failure that she can't even virtue signal to her audience correctly. This has been a running theme since the start of her online career. She constantly finds herself metaphorically stepping on rakes with almost every decision she makes. She has built an audience that absolutely despises her over the last decade, and the few people that do like her are dwindling in numbers as time goes on.
Dwindling.
If Anisa was a smart
I love that
person, she
word.
would log off the internet and go get a real job so she'll be able to pay her bills in the coming years.
Dwindling.
This honestly might not even be possible though, as her nasty online footprint is massive and will follow her around forever. If you made it to this point in the
Massive
video, I really
footprint.
appreciate it. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to learn about such a vile woman. I'd
Hey
like to
chat, I love this guy's setup. I love the effort put into this video. Very good video. NICKNobody. Go check out NICKNobody. I fucks with it. Let's look up. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. God, I hate this guy. I actually don't like the other HOODEEZ guy. Like there's a... You look up HOODEEZ and this guy comes up. Wait. Oh, never mind. He's got... Oh, nope. There he is. The only reason this guy has 3.21k is because of me. The only reason he has viewers is because of my viewership. He started with like less than 1,000 and now he's gone up as I've gone up. Where's the iDubbbz? iDubbbz song. Dude, this should have so much more views. And like at least one like. Can you play?
Hands on A3, why I speak. As man gold, you make me squeak. More Pegasus, I'm a freak. Sure keep them hated on me. These ordered up PNGs. That might copyrighted me, but fucking this industry. Yeah, these patrons worship me. I am a dragon, watch me sad again, now I'm Canadian. Wife to OnlyFans, box I'm hide and sit in a Gujam gun. She call me Dobby, I am no hobby. Chat doesn't know me, content will sloppy. Cohen's caught me, I don't drink groggy. Hope this doesn't come back to haunt me. Keep repeat, oh, that's what I said. Chat talk talking about my big head. Was it something that I said? Now I am filled with regret. As I need you, I ask me. As I'm going, he make me skate. More Pegasus, I'm a freak. Turkey Tom made it on me. Diesel did a PMD. Semi-copyrighted me. But fuck it, it's time to stream. Any patrons or streaming. Creator Clash took my money. No charity, that's the key. It is expensive, so I flee. My trainers mugging on me. But my chat, I set them free. I have a Mustang P3. Georgie made these songs for me. These straight women do not watch me. As on E3, I speak. As Mongoli make me speak. More Pegasus, I'm a freak. Turkey Tom made it on me. Diesel did a PNG. Semi-copyrighted me. But fucking it's time to stream. Then these patrons worship me.
This is so good. Yeah. W video chat. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. The Arbitrary Planned Death conspiracy video apparently is back up. Go check that out.